Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. This is just another wonderful moment right here. Ooh. Yeah. You know, anytime we get to talk about The Rock, it's a wonderful moment.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, Rock Thursdays.
Yeah.
Rock every day.
Rock every day, yeah.
You work at The Rock.
We do. We should talk about The Rock.
Get with the program, BJ.
Yeah.
Put your rock horns up.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, that's
Rock out with your rock out.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Well, Kevin Hart's part of this, too, as a matter of fact. And there was an interview done, and Kevin Hart was asked, hey, have you learned anything from your buddy, Dwayne Johnson, about parenting? And, well, here's Kevin.
Doing an interview for DC League of Super Pets.
Oh,
Nice.
right. That's right. Are they both in that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, I thought they were just fans of the cartoon. I was like, what is going on here?
No, The Rock does the voice of the super dog, and I think Kevin Hart does the Batman dog.
Yeah.
I don't remember their names.
All of the stuff we're seeing from them recently has been from like this whole like PR thing, like tortilla slapping and everything like that. That's why they're together so much.
To be honest, all this stuff's been going on, and I never once thought, why are they doing this stuff together? I just figured, oh, they're friends. They do
they're
dumb
BFFs.
things together. Of course they're going to show up to an interview together, even though they're not promoting anything. Oh, yes, they are promoting something.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't blame The Rock for this one because it is a movie. You are supposed to go out and do a promo for a movie. So I have to let that slide.
go. Yeah,
All
look
right.
at that.
I have to let it slide. I mean, look, that's his job. So, which I'm sure he's probably like real happy about. It's like, hey, anyway, Terramana, Super Pets.
Yeah, that was exactly
Sounds
The
just
Rock.
like him.
Wow.
Why even play the audio?
Yeah, why bother? That was yeah. So here's what Kevin Hart said about his buddy, of course, who I look up to, Dwayne Johnson, about parenting.
Is there a way that you look at Dwayne or The Rock and you say, you know what, I admire how he fathers?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
want to do the opposite. I can tell you something. I've been to that house. Those kids do what they want. Yeah, I remember his daughter. I was eating. I had like a plate.
Tell me
and,
more.
well, she smacked it out my hand. She was like, "Not here, bitch." And I said, "What?"
Amazing. Just when you think he's going to tell a heartfelt story. No.
Yeah.
I'll make him up.
I like how they just troll each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite part of their
Absolutely.
relationship.
They probably look forward to doing all this stuff because they get to just give each other crap for like 3 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
So of course, The Rock isn't going to take that lying down, as you know.
I did go to his house. It's true. He's got his kids on lock. They're very respectful.
Yeah.
And when I went, and when he was like, "Hey, let me go get you guys something to drink," and then he left. And then Kevin, his daughter, was like, "He's not my real dad."
Okay,
That's not my real dad.
Love this too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a true story as well.
Oh, yeah, I bet that totally happened.
I don't know. I mean, I maybe they do. I just feel like these two guys on a random Tuesday afternoon will just call each other and give each other crap for no apparent reason. I feel like this is just what they do all the time.
Yeah.
That's what you hope. That's that, because it comes off that way, and you really hope that's the case, that, they really are as good friends as they come off like that. And
That'd be great if they don't talk to each other and they hate each other.
Yeah, if it's all for show, good for them, because they make it look good, because they are actors.
Yeah.
We want to believe that. That is the one thing I will give The Rock credit for, is that those two do have a good bromance, and that's fun to see.
There's nothing wrong with The Rock.
No.
Your issue with The
there's a
Rock
lot
is that he
wrong
does
with The
very
Rock.
good things and he just likes to brag about it.
Yeah.
He's a massive humble bragger, but I'll give him credit for that. He's got a good bromance going, and that you can appreciate. You like when two people come together and hang out. No matter, and they have senses of humor, which I do believe a lot of us could use. A lot of us could use a little bit more like lighten up Francis in our lives, and those two set a good example of that.
So this movie, is Aquadog in it?
Is there even an Aqua Dog?
Know. I only know Crypto. I didn't know Batman had a friggin' dog.
Yeah, he's Ace or Bat Hound or.
Okay, where was this coming from? Like a bad part of DC that nobody wants to read?
Ace was a thing.
I don't remember him at all. That doesn't mean it's not true.
These pets have names.
Yeah.
I thought they were just pet versions of the superheroes, not the superheroes' pets.
See, I know Crypto. Crypto is somebody I know from Superman.
Yeah, it was like the super dog,
and he's been in the show Titans. So he's at least in my opinion, he's legitimate because I remember reading comics about Superman's dog Crypto.
And John Krasinski plays Superman in this, and Keanu Reeves plays Batman.
Oh,
that's why they were
The Rock and Kevin Hart play.
Oh,
they play. Kevin Hart plays Bat Hound, and The Rock plays Crypto.
You're not going to like this, Steve.
Ace
Why?
the Hound.
Because John Krasinski already breaks your rule about superheroes.
Well, with cartoons, no rules apply. I don't care.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't get too caught up in cartoon stuff because it's just your voice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I give passes for that.
All right.
I'm not 100%. Actually, no. It looks like I thought maybe this was going to be the Aquaman version because it's Merton the turtle, but apparently that's the Flash super pet because he's like speeding around
And
everywhere.
The turtle's fat. So.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any of these pets except for Crypto.
Yeah, some of these I don't even know what's going on because apparently the Wonder Woman one is PB, the potbelly pig.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, when did she ever have a potbelly pig? That
Are you really getting upset about
this? This is for children. Calm down.
He's ruining my childhood.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's not factual. Wonder
not
Woman
canon,
never had a
Vicky.
pet pig.
It's not canon. If it's not canon,
now it is. It's a movie now. It's
I'm
canon
gatekeeping.
now.
I'm sorry, but these writers, you know what? Whoever the original writers were for all these books are spinning in their grave. That's what's happening.
No, I'm sure
They're all spinning in their graves.
Some texter said the Bat Dog was written out of the comic back in the late 50s.
Good reason.
See, I thought when I saw this, I thought they were just going to be animal versions of the superheroes.
Sorry, Steve.
Now the superheroes are still kind of around?
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
I mean,
I know what you want, but
I'm probably going to watch this with Tatum.
And Tatum will probably love it. You'll be mad about it, and then she'll want to watch it a billion times.
Well, he can at least
Or
say
I'll
he
love
watched
it,
superhero
Rev.
stuff.
I don't know.
It's true. You haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I'm not a gatekeeper like BJ. I'm willing to give this a chance.
It's not canon. I won't watch it.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. I won't watch it. It's not canon. That's how it is. All right. Well, when's it coming out, Vicky? This weekend?
Not soon enough.
Like I said, it's already out. Good job. All right.
Is it on demand or is it just in theaters?
Oh, theaters.
Oh, yeah. I can get that.
It'll eventually come to... Yeah.
Do like it. You should do what so many responsible parents in the past
Bring
have
a
done.
2.5-year-old to a movie theater?
Do it.
Oh, God, please.
So many responsible parents have done that to the movies that I love. And, Steve, I want you to be part of it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I can't wait to be a grandparent for that reason, to get back at all. Well, actually, I wouldn't be getting back at the originals, unfortunately, unless I can find out what theaters they go to.
But aren't you punishing yourself? You don't get to enjoy the movie.
Not if you let the kid run wild.
I mean, it's kind of like how we felt about when we went to the Mariners game. It was like, yeah, it's fun to take Tatum to our first game, but we really punished ourselves because we didn't get to enjoy any of the games.
That's a good point. That's why I'll go to a movie I don't care about.
So that's like, we should go to another Mariners game without Tatum this time.
Yes. There was a strip club that just converted into a school. And that is all you need to know for today. Steve will tell you all about it. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot, Tigers, for giving us the Migs Report today. All right, big decision to make. Would you eat a chili dog or a hamburger?
Oh, man, why? Why would you do that to me?
Chili dog.
Wow, I think it's the easiest question ever. A hamburger 100% of the time.
Really?
Chili dog's not my thing.
But how often do you have one?
Never.
See, and that's the thing. You got to go back and go try it, man.
You try it and
live
you're
the John
gonna-
Mellencamp
Had
life.
it. I wasn't impressed.
He's right. You have to play Pink Houses, otherwise you're just not getting it.
See, I feel
Jack and Diane, buddy.
like
That's right, Jack and Diane. Never mind. Don't play Pink Houses.
Sucking on chili dogs.
That's right.
chili dogs are like, I mean, if it's there, I'll eat it, but I feel like it's going to come back both ways. You always burp up the hot dog, and then you get the toots from the chili dog.
Okay, what?
So I'd rather get the burger.
Oh, all right. I
just think burgers taste better than chili dogs. I really didn't think much more of it. No John Mellencamp or Toots were involved in my decision.
So, you understand this is what's wrong with this country today, is that, you think your way's the right way.
It is.
Okay, at least you agree with me. That's what's wrong with this country today. It's you. It's nothing else but you.
Well, today you can celebrate both. It's National Chili Dog Day and also National Hamburger Day.
No.
Not one of both.
I'm drawing the effing line finally. Yesterday was National Nobody Gives a Crap Day, right?
Yes, I know.
No, we're moving one of them because they deserve their own day.
Also, it's National Milk Chocolate Day.
Okay, that is it.
Milk chocolate or chocolate milk?
No, milk chocolate, buddy.
Oh, so you got to get like a Hershey bar or something.
Yeah, milk chocolate is odd. There's no way that these three should be on the same day.
It sounds like you need a cold drink because it's also National Refreshment Day.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what that means, I guess.
It's get a cold drink, a refreshing drink. Could be a beer, could be a soda.
I thought refreshments also were like foods, too.
Rum and Coke.
I never heard of food as a refreshment.
Look that up. Would you like any refreshments? I always thought it was like little snacks,
This is why you would never be a good waiter.
Refreshment, from the dictionary, a light snack or drink.
What the hell?
Okay,
Especially when provided in a public
You
place.
and Danny...
I hate when PJ's right.
You and Danny can both suck a chili dog with Jack and Diane.
I said I'm going with a hamburger.
I'm sorry, you're sucking a chili dog. You know what? You're sucking it from a different area.
I don't care. I'm leaving. I'm going to Wild Waves because it's National Water Park Day.
Let's go!
Wow.
Okay, seriously, no. I am done with this.
There's so many things today.
And then there's a day where it's like National Q-Tip Day. It's
Right.
like, no.
It's National Lost My Sock Day.
No, don't hate on Q-tips.
What's the deal with National Lost My Sock Day?
All right, let's head on over to Wisconsin where, there's a Christian school in Wisconsin that was looking for a new place to call their home, a new school. So they had a big prayer about it and decided, what are we going to do? We're going to buy a strip club. Yeah.
That's kind of meta, I have to say.
It's kind of funny because, it was a strip mall that they purchased back in, I guess, in 2019, which was also housed a strip club.
That's truly a strip mall. When
How
you think
cool
about
is
it.
that?
Yeah, I mean, really, a strip mall should all have what their name says.
They had
in
a
them.
Spearmint Rhino at the strip mall.
Whoa, Spearmint Rhino's a legit joint.
Well, no longer. Now it's the Ozauki Christian School. I guess they spent the last 3 years cleaning it. Maybe they needed more time to clean it. You never know. I mean,
Don't put a black light in there.
right, maybe that's what they did, and they had to transform this strip club into a school that's there for now 3rd to 8th graders. It's set to open September 1st. In fact, here's somebody from the school talking about getting this strip club and turning it into a Christian school.
Because it had been a strip mall, in addition to being a strip club, much of it had never even been built out. And so it was fairly easy for us to kind of turn that into classroom space little by little. We just found that humorous. We took the drywall off of the windows because it was just a darker environment in many different ways. And we've let the light in, and we think of it as the light of Jesus.
There you go. I mean, many people said Jesus before there. It was just, Jesus, I spent that much money.
Jeez. I really think it's funny. I mean, I have to say...
It sounds like a great sense of humor about it as well.
Yeah, I think it's very, very funny that they were like, you know what? We're flipping the script on this place.
It's just weird that when a kid gets in trouble, they're like, little Bob, you got to go meet the principal on the main stage. And
wow.
It's their communion in the champagne room.
Oh, man, no, we've gone too far.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's
and the choir can only play Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Recess is run by Mercedes, who used to have a job before. Never mind.
Okay. Mercedes, yes. Yeah.
Oh, man. So some people like to get revenge on their ex by doing stupid things. Yes. Others take it a little too far, like trying to set a house on fire, and that's exactly what happened in North Carolina, where a woman wanted to get revenge on her ex, so she's like, you know what, I'm going to do what most normal people do, and that's set his house on fire. The problem is she picked the wrong house. She tried to set fire to a home that was not the home that her ex lived in. In fact, the homeowner woke up on early Friday last week and was like, what's going on? I guess a neighbor reached out to him saying, it looks like a woman's trying to set your house on fire. The homeowner gets out there and is like, notices that there's some parts of the house that are on fire, so he grabs the hose. This psycho ex thought that through and put Flex Seal on the hose so that way the hose wouldn't work. So then the homeowner, grabs his gun. The woman then starts mumbling and just leaves. And fortunately, he's going to be okay. I mean, obviously the house has had some damage to it, but it could have been a lot worse. But
yeah, I
picked
feel
the wrong home.
Yeah,
idiot.
I hope that this person doesn't see the light of day. I feel like that. I mean, on every level, you shouldn't be allowed to be mixing with people until somebody says you're psychologically okay to be back in society, because that's just BS, man.
Just to go quick back to the strip club school thing.
Oh, no, see, that's a better story. I like that story.
Texter brought up a good point. I hope that the strip club DJ does the school announcements.
Oh, please.
That's right. On Friday, there'll be an assembly.
Friday's lunch is tuna fish.
Ew.
Okay,
no.
I thought I was
tuna salad.
I was keeping it classy, San Diego, but all right.
You ever had tuna fish sandwiches?
I have no comment. I mean, I love a good tuna melt, but I refuse to comment any further to be part of this debacle, this blasphemy.
All right, let's talk about something that was awesome yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't have to stay up late to have it happen, and that's the Mariners. The Mariners won yesterday, beating the Texas Rangers and sweeping them. The winning ways continue. We're on a 3-game winning streak, BJ.
Do it!
They ended up winning 4-2. They were down 2-1 in the 7th, and that's when our man, Julio Rodriguez, was at the plate, and this happened.
1-1.
Another home run from Julio Rodriguez. There's no stopping him,
yeah,
BJ.
This home run derby curse is killing this kid.
What a world to live in with Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, I like that call.
I love Coach Scott's service after the game was talking about Julio, and apparently Julio switched bats because his other bat wasn't giving him luck, so he switched it and then got a home run, and here's Scott talking about that.
I keep talking about the fun, the joy he plays with, but, as he's standing there ready to go up for that at bat before that, he says, I had to switch bats. I said, I got a new one. He said, yeah, the other one's sleeping. It's a day game. He's not ready to go. He took a new bat up there and hit a 3-run homer. That's Julio Rodriguez. That's why it's a fun game, and he plays like a kid, and it's fun to be around every day.
Yeah, my other bat's sleeping because it's a day game. That's
awesome.
Too
early. He's taking a nap.
Having the time of his life out there.
I got, dude, it's so reminiscent of Russell Wilson's first season. You know what I mean? It's just like, whoa, are we going to have ourselves quite in a run with this kid on the team?
And I keep seeing people posting, and obviously I'm a hockey freak, but it's so cool to say Julio Rodriguez, Matty Beniers, and Shane Wright. The future is really bright for Seattle sports with those three. And Drew Lock. Let's not forget Drew Lock.
Oh, yeah. I think, Drew Lock is, yeah.
Speaking of Drew Lock, Pete Carroll, training camp started. Pete Carroll did a press conference after training camp to talk about the quarterback race between Geno Smith and Drew Lock. And some even throwing Jacob Eason into the mix. He seems to keep coming up. I don't think he's going to end up being anything other than practicing with the team. But
what about Levi? Any mention?
Yeah, Pete said actually that's going to be the starter.
Oh, woo!
Levi.
I'm high on Levi.
Well, anyway, here's Pete Carroll talking about the quarterback race and who's the front runner right now to be your quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Geno's in the lead right now, and he's ahead, and so he ain't looking back, and he's going for it. And Drew's not going to take a back seat, so something's going to happen, and Jake will be there if we need him. So it's going to be exciting to see.
Jake will be there if we need him.
And Jake's there.
I missed that part completely. Actually,
it's like the Gilligan's Island theme, and the rest. Jacob Eason, we're on Seahawks Island.
Wow,
that was like the most Geno's got the lead, but Drew's not stopping either. Thanks, Pete.
Well, you think this is what it is that, he's putting the fire under Drew Lock. It's like, dude, you got to win this because Geno so far is the guy.
Right, and the whole argument is that Geno knows the playbook better, and who knows what's going to happen as training camp goes on. Geno's got a massive chip on his shoulder because he got a really low rating on Madden, and he was like tweeting about that, which I thought was kind of funny.
Okay.
So, hey. Quarterback challenge happening with the Seattle.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's sorbet. I really think that we are going to find. I don't know if it's
I don't
going to
want
be
sorbet, man. I want a giant banana split.
I don't think you're going to get it, man, unless something miraculous happens. I mean, it's someone's position to win or lose, but I really feel like sorbet until either they get a cool rookie that they're going to develop or they find some other solution.
Well, KJ Wright joined the team again.
That was awesome.
I thought this was a really cool thing. So the Seahawks, they signed veteran linebacker KJ Wright to a one-day contract so that he could retire as a Seattle Seahawk.
Yeah,
it was a cool video of seeing him. It was emotional. He brought his whole family there, signed the contract. Tears were shed. A really cool moment. Part of me was hoping that he'd look at the team and go, suckers, now I'm stuck with you guys are stuck with me, and he played next season. But, that's not how it works.
No, it's not how that works. No.
Wish it was. It would be fun to see him for one more season, helping him mentor the younger players. But he always said if he can't play football with the Seahawks next season, he didn't want to play football at all, and that option didn't seem like it was going to happen. So instead of trying to find another team, he played with Las Vegas last year. He just wanted to stay here in Seattle because now Seattle's home.
Yeah, you wonder. You wonder if he's just done because I feel like for any bit of money, if you can make the adjustment, anyone will take you if you're halfway good.
But he didn't want to go anywhere other than Seattle.
No, I meant the Seahawks. I felt like how do you not at least give him a shot to try out if he wanted to? If he says I'll come for $10.
Yeah, I don't know. Seahawks, maybe they're just setting their ways. They want to go with these young dudes.
Yeah. Why would you want to go with young people when there's old people ready to go?
Speaking of old people ready to go.
Fire alarm.
No need to evacuate.
Is this really like we...
No, it said no need to evacuate.
Oh.
Yes.
Conducting a fire alarm test.
Oh, well,
it's just a test.
It's just a test. Okay.
No need to evacuate.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, everybody that's listening, no need to evacuate. Stay in your cars.
Did we get a message from the building that they were doing this?
I don't think so.
Usually they send these messages.
Yeah, we didn't get nothing on that one.
Yeah. Nope.
Are you sure, Steve? All I heard was
no need to be concerned.
Leave the building, go get some coffee and tasty treats, refreshments. That's what I heard.
Maybe go back to bed.
Yeah. You can head home, take a nap.
This is a test. Everybody leave work and don't come back tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
4-day weekend.
All right, well, I don't want to take a chance. And as the semi-leader of this show, I give you all the day off to be prepared to be safe, right?
Well, I killed my segue about talking about speaking of old people. I was going to talk about Zach Wilson from the Jets.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's in the news because he was banging his mom's best friend.
Yeah. That is, of course, very epic news.
Well, there was a rumor a few weeks ago, his ex-girlfriend, Abby Giles, she said, yeah, Zach cheated on me with one of his mom's best friends. And shout out to the reporter in New York that decided to ask that question at training camp.
I love this guy.
Of course, somebody tried to find a roundabout way to ask, hey, Zach Wilson, are you really banging your mom's best friend? They didn't say it in that many words, but you get the hint. And here's Zach's response to that.
Zach, how did you kind of handle these last 2 weeks of all the social media stuff that you've had to deal with?
Right, it's just focusing on football, and that's really all I can do is, it is what it is, and I'm excited to be here with the boys and excited to be in Idaho with those guys at the time, too, and so I'm excited to just try and get better every single day. That's all I've been focusing on. It comes with the position, so really, it's just handling my business, handling what matters, and, keeping my family tight.
Or family friends tight.
You know what?
Nice non-answer.
I really believe he missed an opportunity to be a rock star.
Damn right I banged my mom's best friend.
Yeah.
Have you seen her? She's hot.
Yeah.
Go Jets. Let's ride.
What is wrong with just coming out and saying that and saying, yeah, it's been distracting.
It's the second season in the league. I don't know if he wants to
And his family's really religious.
Oh, well,
That's
talk about hypocrisy. See, to me, I think if you're religious, you get to come out and actually say, I did a thing, but you know what? I faltered, and through prayer, I figured it out. I feel like you could make a good thing.
His family's religious. That doesn't mean his mom's friend is.
Yeah, maybe
Dude,
she was.
He might have seen God with his mom's friend.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey. I forgot to mention this about the Mariners. Mariners are going to be playing Houston, starting a series up in Houston tonight.
Yeah, 4-game series, man.
Hey, the worst team in the AL West just swept them. The Oakland A's just swept the Houston Astros.
Did they really?
Yeah, they beat them all 3 games.
Oh, I'm really afraid. Oh, that's what's going on. I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, I know. I just assumed, Houston's going to roll over those guys. And Texter, thank you for reminding me of that. And one last piece of news, and this is great news for us Kraken fans, because I think a lot of us fell in love with Ryan Donato last season.
Yeah.
And then got nervous because they weren't going to pick him back up due to financial stuff and all that. They wanted to have him clear so they didn't have to pay him a certain amount. Well, turns out they just signed him to a $1.2 million 1-year deal.
Nice.
So Ryan Donato back with the team. He was a fun one to watch. So I'm excited that he's going to be back with the team next season. And a lot of Kraken fans seem to love that guy. So good vibes with the Kraken yesterday. As far as weather, 90 degrees. It's going to be sunny today. Thanks to Kia Puyallup for giving us the Migs report. And that's what's up. And it's just an alarm. No need to panic.
And hey, Steve, you get to peek on those Mariners games because I do believe they're going to start at 5 our time because they're in Houston. So I think you get a little earliness on
that. Is so nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Get to watch it during dinner.
Yeah.
5:10 p.m.
Yeah, all right, man. This is exciting. It's really very, very exciting, I have to say. And Julio Rodriguez has been, I mean, I didn't expect him to be this guy, which, again... I think he's now our leadoff guy. I think at least he was batting leadoff yesterday. So it's like he's
the last couple games.
He's like our Ricky Henderson, man. I mean, like
he loves fast food just like my friend Ricky Henderson.
That's what it is. Yeah. So that's a cool thing, man. That is a very, very cool thing. So man, it's just exciting that like we care about the Mariners and we really think they have a legit shot.
It is kind of crazy to think that we just started training camp for the Seahawks, and you would think that would be the talk of the sports town. Like when it comes to being a sports fan, you'd be like, oh, what's going on with the quarterback rate? And quarterback, schmorterback. Let's go Mariners,
dude! It's great because I was bottling whiskey at this place yesterday, and I was on a line of people, and I got the notification on my phone, and that the Mariners won.
You have a side job? Are you a whiskey bottler?
No, I was doing it with Copperworks, just some friends that have it, and I was helping out. It was great, but I was like, guys, Mariners won, and everyone was just like, yeah! And it was
just drink this whiskey we're bottling.
Never met these people before, and it was just like all of a sudden we were all best friends because of the Mariners.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what they do because the Yankees just picked up Andrew Benintendi from the Royals, who's having a really good season. So that the rich just got richer and just got better. But we'll see what
he's right though. The vibe. I mean, I was packaging Twinkies yesterday with some people.
Oh, really? How was the vibe over there?
Oh, it was good. It was good times, man. I was putting the cream filling in it, and that's where. What about hit that home run? And I'm like, boys, stop filling that cream.
What a world to live in with Julio Rodriguez.
What a world. What a cream-filled world.
By the way, where are my zingers? Because it's the same company.
I wasn't packaging zingers.
Yes, man.
My hands were just on Twinkies.
You know what? I got a nice cup of coffee, and all you're doing is touching the Twinkie. It's about time you ring the zing. Is all I'm saying. Okay?
It's crazy. He's bottling whiskey. I'm packaging Twinkies. Man, what a good night.
It was Twinkies.
Winky Twinkies? Wait, what?
Well, yeah, Twinkies and whiskey.
Yeah,
right.
Twiskies. There you go.
Twiskies. Yesterday, Twiskies over here did get this one wrong.
What was the name of the family dog on Full House?
Ooh. Uncle Joey.
No.
I mean, he was a dirty dog.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. I don't know. Checkers?
No.
Tiger?
No.
I can't remember. Do you remember? We just had the answer yesterday. And I've forgotten.
A reindeer.
Yeah, look at you. All right, so it was indeed Rudolph. Yes, Rudolph was the answer.
Vixen.
Vixen is an underrated reindeer. But yeah, nobody. Well, there's Comet.
Yes,
but don't forget Cupid. But it's really Comet the answer. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 650 on the Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
You know, one of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills. And of course, we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But you know, one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so sweet and crispy, some are saying they're better than Mom's breakfast.
Did you say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than mine?
No, Mom. Some people are saying that. Not me, even if I am thinking it. Choose Wendy's home-style French toast sticks.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with this CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
And she's leaving for the couch. Taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Look, I get it. You're like, look, man, I'm looking for something to do. But you know what? I don't want to just do something. I want to do something amazing. And I don't want to just do it over one day. I want it to last a couple days, maybe even longer. And I also want it to be when I have maybe some extra time off. All right, first thing I'll say to you is you got a lot of friggin' demands, and I'm not your boy to do these things. Well, actually, maybe I am, because Steve...
The hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about we've got perhaps what this person's looking for. Something amazing over multiple days that could happen when he's got some days off from work.
I'm going to have to guess that it's paint in the grass that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
And you're damn right. We have plenty of opportunities for someone to enjoy that weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can enjoy seeing the sweet sounds of Alice in Chains, Bush, Breaking Benjamin on Saturday. Friday's got Incubus and Sublime with Rome. And then, of course, on Sunday, Sammy Hagar, George Thorogood, Gloria Sons, Queensryche. It's going to be a great time, BJ, and people can get them for a discounted price right now.
Yeah.
There's a cool thing that Live Nation is doing where you can get 4 tickets for $80 when you purchase those tickets.
Hey, let me do the math. Wow, that's a big savings.
That's huge savings. Ginormous savings.
Ginormous. And look, and if you're really looking for just more ridiculousness, don't forget the BJ and Migs weenie toss that's happening at the BJ and Migs party.
Speaking of ginormous.
Okay, well, I really didn't. Look, I know you're looking for info. Well, Ticketmaster's got your tickets. And like Steve said, don't forget the Live Nation deal. And also, all the info that you need in case you're getting confused like me, go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah! Scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs. And it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Sploosh. And welcome back, Ryan Donato, for one more year at least.
Damn straight.
Yeah, very excited for that.
You can't get rid of the guy. He scored the first ever goal in Kraken history.
You got to keep him forever then, right?
That's right.
Forever is a long time. But
and then retire as number 9.
Oh, wow. Whoa, you are asking a lot, sir.
Well, there's only one time you can do a first, so, I mean, you can't
There's
do that
only
again.
one time you can do it first.
Yeah.
You know what, Steve? That should have been something you said.
Even I think that's a ridiculous statement.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Red Baron in Des Moines. Red Baron, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, Steve. Wait, what is he playing for today?
Rev, he is playing for tickets for Friday's Pain in the Grass, seeing Incubus and Sublime with Rome. Plus, we'll hook you up with tickets to check out the BJ and Migs first ever weenie toss. You get to hang out with us at the BJ and Migs party, brought to you by the Advocates. You want tickets? You want information? Go to KISW.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
For those playing at home, Red Baron will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Red, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
In which mid-90s year was Tiger Woods named the PGA Tour Rookie of the Year?
95, 96, 97.
96, yes. The soap opera General Hospital airs on what network?
ABC, CBS, NBC.
ABC, yes. What team did Peyton Manning play with last?
Ooh. Denver Broncos.
Yes. What does Lilo give Stitch to drink in a baby bottle?
Pass.
Lori Loughlin played which character on Full House?
Aunt Becky.
Yes. In which country does the cappuccino originate from?
Italy.
Yes. In the 90s, Mayim Bialik played the title role on what NBC sitcom?
Blossom.
Yes. Which eye color is normally dominant in humans?
Blue.
No.
Brown.
Yes. Which U.S. president was once a peanut farmer?
Jimmy Carter.
Yes. The Berlin Wall came down in what decade?
90s.
No.
80s.
Yes. What does Lilo give Stitch to drink in a baby bottle?
Honey.
No. So close. 9 correct. Almost a perfect 10 there.
Almost a perfect 10. I mean, unless he gets lucky, I don't think he's going to get that one either.
No, yeah, I don't think Steve's going to get that unless it's like pure luck. There's a couple of these that, I mean, it's looking good for Red Baron. I don't want to jinx anything.
RB's in the house. Steve's got his work cut out for him. Steve, you should bet me.
What am I betting?
Yeah, what are you betting?
Betting that you'll win. I mean, what else would you bet on? But all right, you can bet you will lose. I'll take that bet if you want to bet you're going to lose.
I don't think that's how
he could probably throw the game at that point.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I would never do that. I'm a man of integrity.
Integrity.
Are you ready? Are we going to do the bet?
Oh, you really want to do it?
Well, I mean, you threw it out there. I'm never going to say no to a bet.
Wow. All right. I bet that you don't win this. I'll give you the possibility of a tie.
Okay, so
breakfast today.
So if you win or tie,
breakfast today.
Damn, I already had breakfast.
Oh,
that's
sorry,
fine. I'll double it up. I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could save breakfast for next week. Right.
It's up to you guys. However you want to do it.
You don't have to get
don't get me.
this.
Yeah, don't get me in the way of this.
However you want to do it.
Breakfast at a later date.
All right. So if you all you have to do. So basically, our Red Baron has to win.
Yeah.
Yes. You get to win or tie Steve.
Sick.
Are you ready?
All right, here we go. I keep losing it every day. I haven't bet Steve before, I don't think. At least not in this.
In which mid-90s year was Tiger Woods named PGA Tour Rookie of the Year?
94.
No.
95.
No.
96.
Yes. The soap opera General Hospital airs on what network?
ABC.
Yes. What team did Peyton Manning play with last?
Denver Broncos.
Yes.
Whatever.
What does Lilo give Stitch to drink in a baby bottle?
Whiskey.
No.
Lemonade.
No.
Iced tea.
No. Lori Loughlin played which character on Full House?
She played John Stamos' wife.
More specific.
Laura.
No.
Mrs. Stamos.
No. In which country does the cappuccino originate from?
Italy.
Yes. In the 90s, Mayim Bialik played the title role in what
Blossom.
NBC? Yes. Which eye color is normally dominant in humans?
Brown.
Yes. Which U.S. president was once a peanut farmer?
Jimmy Carter.
Yes. The Berlin Wall came down in what decade?
80s.
Yes. And Steve, you get 8 correct. And if you couldn't tell, you lose.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
9-8.
Damn it.
I don't know if you heard BJ cheering in the middle of all that.
Red Baron, thank you, sir. You are a gentleman. You just got me breakfast.
Son of a bitch.
You're welcome, BJ.
Yeah, take it easy, buddy. And you also just got me this, too, buddy. Hold on. I have a confession to make, too.
Oh. I thought you were going to say nitpick, and I'm like, get out of here.
No, not at all. Just because of how I operate, I definitely gave Steve the tie because I really thought he'd only miss one. I really thought he would get the full house.
Absolutely. I totally
That's why I cheered. I cheered because I'm like, wow, he missed what I thought would be an easy one.
I thought that was a layup for you on this one.
Yeah, man. I can't remember her name.
Her full name was Rebecca Donaldson.
Aunt Becky.
But everyone accepts Aunt Becky because she ended up being, again, John.
Forgot Aunt Becky.
Uncle Jesse's wife.
Dude, I'm with you, too. I totally couldn't think of it either. So I thought, you know what? I could be a jerk because I know that's probably, you're going to get everyone but the Lilo one. And I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to give him the tie.
Yeah.
And turns out, it turns out it made it a game.
Yeah.
Becky.
Yep.
Yeah,
Becky.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, I mean, the only person here that would know that, I'm pretty sure, is Vicky at this point.
All right, before you answer, Vicky, is it Ken Jennings? Could we have figured this out by just the question?
Okay, it's a baby bottle. What would you not put in a baby bottle?
Alcohol.
Alcohol. But he said no. What else would you not put in a baby bottle?
Rum.
Not alcohol.
Not alcohol.
Coffee.
Oh, good call.
So I'm like, in a way, I guess you could.
I think you're right, Vicky. You could have figured that out.
Oh, okay. I was just I mean, I knew for sure if you watched it, you would know.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, I mean,
every trivia question you can figure out.
Well, I think that the Ken Jennings part of it is that
what kind of drink would you not
what
give a
drink
baby?
wouldn't be appropriate? Rather, you don't have to have seen the movie to be able to figure the answer
the question
out.
didn't say it was an inappropriate
No,
thing.
but that would be my first guess. Like, it wouldn't be milk. Why would you be asking
your
that?
first guess is because you've seen the show and you know the answer.
Well, like, if it was another question similar to it. I'm
You know
trying
what?
to,
I just want to say this right
This whole
now.
Ken Jennings thing is pissing me off.
Can we just sit here and honor the moment that both Rev, Vicky, and myself are actually in agreement, and Steve's the nitpicker? I love this.
I was actually going to say the fact that Rev and BJ aren't fighting about this, but Steve and Vicky are is the greatest moment of my life.
Is that true? Right? All right, Danny, you're the tiebreaker. Is this stupid or not?
I think it's stupid.
I think we're in a glitch in the Matrix.
I'm Steve's. I'm mini Steve. I'll say whatever you want me to.
He's normal size Danny.
Thank you.
Whatever.
We're individuals.
Yeah.
We just so happen to think smart.
I hate to say this, but I support Vicky 100% in this argument. Hate to say it. Believe me, Steve, it pains me to do this. This is the position you put me in.
That is a massive reach to say you could Ken Jennings it.
You could, because what's the joke of a baby bottle? It's like, okay, what did Lilo feed somebody, whatever, in the baby bottle? You go, all right, it's not milk. It must have been something stupid.
But Stitch isn't a baby.
But why
He's
would
an alien.
Exactly. Like, they obviously are not doing it.
The whole point of you saying a Ken Jennings something is that the answer is somewhat in the question.
Yes, which is
in that question.
It is because you know that it's got to be
It's a liquid.
The question is okay. He gave something besides milk in a baby bottle. Why would I know this unless it must be something inappropriate? That's what I'm saying. Is the answers in the question? Because if you haven't seen Lilo and Stitch, you have no chance of answering it. That's what I love about Ken Jennings. He's like, well, let me take a look at the question. It must be something stupid that he put in the baby bottle.
All right.
We'll
just have to agree to disagree on this one because that is a ridiculous stretch.
And realistically, this is just the Ken Jennings solution that I figured out works for BJ's brain, because I know his brain.
We're just trying too hard to make everything be a Ken Jennings approach.
Okay. Well, he is in the news.
Yeah,
what did he do now?
Him and Mayim Bialik are officially the hosts for Jeopardy moving forward.
Oh, so it's going to be double duty like it's been.
Yeah, it's going to be what it is now, and they announced it as a permanent thing.
I am happy for Mayim Bialik. I mean, look, Ken Jennings, obviously, how great is it that he gets rewarded for being really great at that game. And I'm happy for Mayim Bialik because, I mean, she is really, really smart, and it's something that she wanted, and therefore that, that smartness, that brand that she has, if you will, it's led her to a good gig. And I've seen her, and I think she does a good job on the show. So I'm a fan anyway, so I'm happy that she's got it.
Yeah, I haven't seen either one do Jeopardy, and I never will.
Wow. Okay,
that's why I get to use all the questions. I love it.
Yeah, it's out of respect of your Migs questions. I don't want to cheat.
You know what? You're nothing but integrity.
And also, I have better things to do at 7 p.m.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I read children's stories to my child.
Okay, prior to your child being involved in your life, because you never watched it beforehand, what were you doing at 7 p.m.?
Mariners games.
Yeah.
Okay, prior to summer and spring weather, what were you doing? Because you're not going to say wrestling, and
hockey,
wrestling would have been the answer.
And wrestling.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right. We're going to get to the real elephant in the room, which is every form of wrestling there is why you don't watch Jeopardy. All right. And now your child is at least giving you an education.
I don't need to sit in front of something for a half hour to let me know how stupid I am. I do it for 4 hours every morning. Last thing I need to do is watch Jeopardy.
You know, Your Honor, I rest my case. Thank you. Hey, what do you think is the top food that delivery drivers will steal from you? Yeah, McDonald's cookies is what I'd say, because they never show up. Well, all right, I'm telling you, Steve, multiple times, McDonald's cookies never show up.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm pissed about it because they're delicious. I'll tell you all about this at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so sweet and crispy, some are saying they're better than Mom's breakfast.
Did you say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than mine?
No, Mom, some people are saying that, not me, even if I am thinking it. Choose Wendy's home-style French toast sticks.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, look, we all know this, but at least now a survey is done to make it real. Yeah, this survey finds out that 8 in 10 food delivery workers admit to eating part of their customer's order.
That just blows my mind. Because they know who you are. Like, these are like, it's through an app or you call the company, like a pizza place. You would think, like, I'm not going to eat their food. They'll be able to figure out who did it.
Dude, I remember this a while back, Steve. There is a, yes, I'm doing something wrong attitude, and who cares if you know I am.
You must be right, because if 80% of the delivery drivers are like, yeah, I don't mind. I'm going to eat your pizza. I don't care.
I remember that when, the big Carlos Mencia stealing someone's act thing came out, and they polled people and said, so this is true. Here's the video. We've got it. And people said, we don't care. It's funny anyway. And
so stealing jokes or stealing tots, either one's okay.
Yeah, I disagree. Stealing tots should be punishable by death.
Wow.
Death by death. The joke thing is fine. I can get by without that. Yeah, and you're close, Steve, as far as what the most popular food is they admitted to taking. It is indeed a potato product, not a tot.
Oh. It has to be fries.
It's fries.
Yeah. That's so easy to skim off the top, and you think that, they're not going to notice that.
What's a couple, or reach in and grab the ones that have fallen into the bag and not actually on the holder.
They deny the person those bag fries.
Yeah. The bag fries, they taste better for some reason.
They actually do. It's science.
I'll tell all you guys, I was turned on to this, and it's been stolen pretty much every time we've ordered it. And
you were turned on by the fries in the bag?
Yeah, I was turned on by the fries in the bag. I mean, listen, you can't help the shape.
Those Five Guys fries.
Yeah, well, the shape, the texture. But when it's late at night and you want a little something salty, of course the fries are good. But I did not realize how tasty those McDonald's chocolate chip cookies are, and they're warm when you get them. And you guys maybe have never even tried them, but I
didn't even know that McDonald's had chocolate chip cookies.
I did not either. And then, boom, we get them for the first time, and I'm like, every time we want to do any kind of food delivery service, like, let's get those McDonald's chocolate chip cookies, they never show up.
So they'd eat your cookies?
They would eat my cookies, yeah. And it's not just one cookie.
Oh, yeah, they're soft, baked, chewy chocolate
delicious.
cookies.
Dude, they are, this is sort of like, you know how In-N-Out has the secret menu? I feel like this is McDonald's secret menu, even though they have it up there, but I never knew about these chocolate chip cookies.
Why don't you just order just the chocolate chip cookies and see if they show up?
That's a good
That'd be funny if they give you an empty bag.
Yeah, here you go, sir.
What are cookies? Like $2 and then the delivery fee, another $10, so you're paying like $13 for 2 cookies? That'd be kind of funny.
So what's your point, man?
Yeah,
your point is we're overpaying for deliciousness. You're right.
I think it'd just be funny.
Yeah, it is every time. And I don't know, but it's sinful. You delivering chicken nuggets in any way, shape, or form without the sauce, and you order it on the app. And yet they show up every time without the sauce. It happened just again this Saturday.
But are the delivery drivers stealing the sauce, or is it just sometimes it's happened where I go to a fast food place and they don't pack the sauce?
It's Steve, it's an interesting question because some places charge for sauces. So I feel like if you're the delivery guy, you go, you know what? I mean, I'm going to get.
How soon till we get to the point where like you order a burger or a Big Mac and then it shows up and a bite's taken out of it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I feel like that. I feel. Because what happens? We'll give you a refund. I mean, that's all they ever do.
Which is why now that a lot of these places we've seen over the last few years, they will give the delivery driver like a thing of fries or a cookie, just so they're like, hey, look, please don't steal the customer's food. Here, we're giving you some free stuff.
I mean, it really does make sense because you're just getting randos doing all this stuff, right? With any kind of service where you just get somebody who's just a rando pulling up in a car. Why?
But everybody's a rando when you really think about it.
Well, but no one's like, it's not a vetted job. Like, in order to be a cab driver, they had to really go through a lot of hoops to be a cab driver. Not the same to be a food delivery driver. I think all you got to do is go, hi, I'm breathing and I have a car.
I downloaded whatever your worker app is and now I'm ready to go. But I still would never do that. Like if I was working as a DoorDash or whatever, any of those food places, I'd just be so worried that I deliver this food, fries are missing, it's on me.
And is it, honestly, anybody else on this show, honestly, would you go, I don't care, I'll do it anyway?
I would probably do it.
There we go. I wish I'd have made a prediction because I would have predicted Dan.
Yeah.
You need somebody's fries?
I would like to say no, but I probably would do it.
He would so troll people.
Like 4 or 5 deliveries in, having to deliver fries every single time.
The smell.
Especially delivering like 5 guys. I'm like, they're not going to miss 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then the 4 turns
like,
into
sorry,
8.
it's called 4 guys, not 5 guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, so 80% of food delivery workers have admitted to eating part of their customers' orders. French fries are really what they do. Yeah.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So based on this, we want you to fill in this sentence. I know I shouldn't have done blank at work, but I did it anyway. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Fill in this sentence. I know I shouldn't have done blank at work, but I did it anyway. We got your calls, we got your texts after PJ on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, this is, look, you probably think, we didn't need a survey to know this, but it's at least official. 80% of delivery drivers have eaten a customer's food. So based on this, we want you to fill in this sentence. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have done blank at work, but I did it anyway. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Joel in Tacoma, you are on The Rock.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Joel. What you got for us, buddy?
So I was working as a detailer at a dealership, and I found a bag of kratom in the backseat pocket of a car.
What is kratom?
Kratom is like an herb you can buy at a smoke shop.
Oh.
And it mimics the effects of heroin.
Oh,
but it's not heroin, and it kind of helps you get off of heroin because it like tricks the brain receptors that you got a dose of heroin when you didn't. Something like that.
Oh, so it's I know that they that's so that's an alternative to what they usually get. I forget what they give it to you. You know, because they gave you something else. I remember to get you off heroin.
So it's like a plant-based heroin.
Something like that. You get it from the same country.
Beyond heroin.
Beyond Meat's new version of heroin.
Impossible heroin. No.
Dr. Prager's smack.
Morning Star needle-free heroin, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so you find this in a car that you were detailing.
Yeah, and then I popped some on the spot. Like I knew I shouldn't have, but I did.
Whoa. And how'd that go, man?
Well, then we went to lunch immediately. In a few minutes after that, and we smoke weed on lunch. So
perfect. There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, we come back to work, and immediately we have a meeting for everyone up in the upstairs office. And I'm like, oh man, I hope nobody can smell me now. I'm going to get in trouble. So we're at the meeting, and I'm starting to nod off in the meeting and whatnot because I thought I was tired. I completely forgot I popped the kratom.
I mean, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And everyone thought I was on heroin. Like, I went to lunch and took a shot of heroin.
Well, you kind of did.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's what everyone thought. But.
Wow. So really.
And they weren't wrong.
So it works. I mean, the idea that it definitely mimics what someone looks like when they take it. So people immediately were like, dude, we know what you look like. You look like a dude that just took a shot of heroin.
Yeah, on lunch. But I didn't get fired or anything. They just came to talk to me after the meeting like, dude, you shouldn't have took that kratom. You look like you were on heroin.
Oh, wow. So at least they knew it was kratom.
Do you work at a radio station? Because that seems like something that would happen. I'm kidding.
That's true. You're right. I mean, that is totally what would happen in our business.
See, never once would I think if I'm like, I see some drugs. I might as well take them. I don't know what this will do to me, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I was like, I know I shouldn't have, but I did it anyway.
Right.
Well, again,
they looked at me like as if I was on heroin. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I guess if he knew it was kratom, he knew after the fact, I guess. Yeah, because the guy said he used to like to, get a little herbage, during lunch anyway. So you're like, oh, let's see what this does. Oh, and this is what this does.
Yeah, I would not mess with that.
See, but even having a meeting after lunch is like the worst thing anyway, because usually I'm in a food coma. It's like not even taking drugs. I just fall asleep in a meeting anyway.
It's an excellent point. It really is an excellent point. You need to get people moving, not have them sit down and do nothing after lunch because it is nap time anyway.
Ooh, exercise meeting.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I've been to seminars where that's what they've done. When we come back.
We have to do jumping jacks while we're in the meeting?
Yeah, that's what we did at seminars. They have us get out, move our body, maybe do some, whatever yogic-like stuff that makes you move a little bit. Oh, yeah.
All right, having this meeting. Everyone get in the downward dog position.
Except Steve, because we know you had beans for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't do it.
Or put me in the back.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we're looking for you is to fill in this sentence. I know I shouldn't have done blanket work, but I did it anyway.
Someone said, I know I shouldn't have made out with one of my former bosses in the break room at work while on the clock, but I did it anyway, from Lacey and Sasquatch.
Wow.
From Lacey Sasquatch.
Yeah, I was going to say Lacey and Sasquatch. So not only did she find Bigfoot, she made out with him at her lunch. Good for Lacey.
From the Lacey Sasquatch.
I'm not sure what's going on.
It's a hairy person in Lacey, I think.
Oh, maybe it's from Sasquatch in Lacey. There you go. Oh, so Sasquatch is
I was thinking of Sasquatch with lingerie on.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, see, it started me thinking this is a chick.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, naughty girl. Now all of a sudden I think it's just a hairy dude that lives in Lacey.
We all just played the telephone game with ourselves. Good job.
Well, weird transition, but I see your daughter's in the room. Okay,
that's not a Sasquatch. That's not nice, man.
I like to think it's the hairy dude, personally.
Right,
That's a nice visual.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
This wasn't here because I don't do anything I'm not supposed to here.
Sure.
But at the restaurant I worked at, it used to be by a dispensary. And the guy I was working with is a big pothead, so went and got some edibles and was like, hey, you want to split this cream puff with me? And I don't really smoke, had never done an edible, but thought I was a badass and could handle it. So I was like, of course I want to split that with you. Let me tell you, I could not handle it at all. It was rush hour, and I would rush hour in the restaurant, and I was convinced that all of my diners were secret diners, that they were just there to spy on me.
Sean Taffer's just waiting to come out.
Yes, and yell at me. And I literally looked at my coworker, and he was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "I need to leave." And I left. I had to go home.
I did not know that you've ever touched anything of the marijuana sorts.
Oh, I have. I've dabbled here and there, but it doesn't really like me very much.
No.
I don't get chill. I don't get fun. I get very paranoid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you tried Kratom?
Kratom's a lot better.
I guess this make me fall asleep, so maybe I should try that.
Well, you'll have paranoid dreams. I think it works out well.
I couldn't even imagine, when sometimes you have too much of an edible, and then to be in a situation where you're dealing with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
No.
And they're all just telling me what they want to eat and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, you guys are all spying on me, aren't you?
So how did your performance go that day? Did you get the orders right? Did you?
No, I literally left.
Oh, so you did leave?
I left my coworker with a full restaurant because I was like, you can handle this better than I can right now.
That cream puff is in your hand.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was so tasty.
Good for you though, because whoever gave you the cream puff's an idiot.
Yeah, and luckily it wasn't the boss, and he didn't tell the boss because it kind of was his fault.
But you knew that there was stuff in that cream puff. It wasn't okay.
But Steve, you and I were once on a situation where somebody at least was smart enough to go take a small dosage,
right,
as opposed to have half the damn thing.
Well, I thought half was a small dosage. I'm lucky I didn't ask for the whole thing.
If I had half of the thing that someone gave to us, if I decided to do half, it would have. It was tough just having the little bite that I had.
And it was the delicious cinnamon roll.
Yeah, and I had a small bite because I was told don't have more than that, especially if this is your first edible, which it was.
Yeah, how do you not eat the whole damn thing when it's a cinnamon roll?
Well, I listen. Right? I'm a good listener. That's what it is.
If they're gonna do that, just make it be like a edible. Celery stick.
Yeah, make it something gross.
Yeah, right.
Here's a piece of
edible
broccoli.
Seaweed chip or whatever those.
Watch your mouth.
Are.
Those things are delicious.
Yeah, you know what, Rev? I'm not going to get with them on this.
Gross kale chips or something.
You can have your seaweed chip infused with more ridiculousness. Oh man. Well, congratulations to everybody involved in that story. We got a couple that just got busted. Having some fun at a place that will make Game of Thrones fans very, very jealous. I'll tell you about it at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, and one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, so total costs, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you get gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with this CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
And she's leaving for the couch. Taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There was a couple that was spotted having sex. At one of the locations from the TV show Game of Thrones. It happened.
Game of Thrones, more like Game of Bones, huh, fella?
Yes. Oh, you're gonna love them. You got another one for you coming here, Steve.
What's that?
Because it happened at a place called King's Landing from the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't have a line for that? I thought for sure you'd be like, I'll land on my king.
No, that's inappropriate, man.
Oh, that's inappropriate. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Grow up.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Sheesh.
So King's Landing actually was filmed in the Old Town area of Croatia. And, the woman was bent over. The man was doing what you do in those situations.
Have you seen the video of this?
I have not.
It's amazing.
And
I mean, they are the video's out there because somebody filmed it.
Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah,
there it is.
I mean, make no bone about it.
And
they are doing it.
Do we know if this man was with them or just a passerby?
A passerby.
Well, see, it just goes to show you the different responses people will have when they see something like this. Because, and ironically, this happened in the area where the Cersei character had to do the walk of shame in the show, which was a brutal walk of shame where people threw stuff at her and she was naked, and it was a beating, a very powerful episode. So this is where he's giving her a beating. All right. But somebody actually was shaming them. Like some passerby was like, shame on you for doing that. And it's like, well, ironically, that's where they're doing it, in the place where shame was happening in the show. But this person decided, I won't shame you. I will film you.
Yeah, I mean, I probably thought, I wasn't expecting to see this over here, and pulled out the camera. And man, they were like, they were aggressively getting at it, and she was just wearing a dress, so she just stood up and just went right back down, dressed like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, they had to cut the action short because somebody came by and shamed them.
Oh, I wonder if it was the person filming it.
Well, that is, I don't know if the person filming was also shaming that. I don't know.
Yelled, shame!
Shame!
Ring the bell! Ring the bell! So do you think they're massive fans of Game of Thrones and thought it would be cool to have sex somewhere? Because my wife and I love Breaking Bad, but never once did we think, let's go to Albuquerque and have sex outside of the car wash.
No, but people did go and say, let's throw pizzas on a roof.
Yeah, they did that.
I mean, it's like,
See, that's why I want to go have sex on the roof with a pizza.
While people are throwing pizza at you.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what I want to do.
And dreams will finally come true.
Woo, let's do it. Come on, Danny.
Is there like a spot, like a certain... iconic thing you've seen on television or in a movie that you'd want to like do to D that?
On the captain's chair, baby.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, of course, the Enterprise?
I would get thrown out of Mopop, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah. Captain Kirk's chair, man.
It's not it's not a spot, but I want like the whole ghost thing with the clay wheel and stuff. I think that'd be pretty funny.
You'd like to have
just recreate the scene.
Recreate the scene.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's not really a spot.
But it's in front of the clay wheel.
Well, yeah, it'd be in a studio. Studio?
Is it the exact studio?
If I will do it anywhere, but if I can get the exact studio, that'd
I'm
be great.
trying to lead you so that way you go along.
You have to. It has to be a public place, Vicky. That's the idea.
I've already done it in a lot of public places.
Okay, you know what? She's going to do what she wants to do.
That's true.
We can't get her out. We can't
you
get her
have
out
fun with your pottery class.
Yeah. All right, you go right ahead. Yeah. How about you, Steve? Any place that you think would be from an iconic movie, TV show thing?
Well, I mean, right at the 50-yard line for a Seahawks game. I'm kidding. That'd be weird.
Would
it be though?
If there's people in there.
Oh, fair.
It'd have to be after hours.
Well, and again, it's impossible. It has to be
Try to
weird.
think of like a favorite show.
Yeah.
I mean, in a wrestling ring. I mean, that's kind of weird too. My wife wouldn't be up for that.
But it's bouncy because of the.
Again, this is your dream, so you don't have to worry about. Everyone's involved. It's like consensual and happy to do it.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, as far as like the people you're having business with,
top rope of a wrestling ring.
There you go.
The top rope. Boy, you have to be acrobatic. Oh, yeah. Are you going to be standing on the top rope?
Well, spotters.
Okay. I can't. I'm trying to. Now I'm getting a visual, and it's a weird visual.
I agree.
Why did you bring that up?
I'm trying to. There's not a show. I'm like such a.
I know what Danny's going to pick.
I mean, I know this is so dumb, but the minnow from Gilligan's Island is the first thing I thought of.
Well, this is ironic, actually, that you picked the minnow, because I think Danny wants to do it on a boat, too.
Well, I can't do
Titanic?
it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it on the Titanic because then we have to get like wetsuits and stuff. That would just be uncomfortable.
It's a dream, Danny. Did they have wetsuits when they were going with the arms spread out? I mean, they got busy.
It hadn't sunk yet.
Yeah, he can't do it because the thing is not even around to do it on.
Yeah. You guys understand what a fantasy is all about. The ship will be there for you. My God, does anybody understand that? The Starship...
That wasn't the question.
It's at a Game of Thrones filming site. So for me, it would probably be on the stairs at Rocky where we have the music playing in the background.
I see what you mean.
See, I like what you're doing right there.
Thank you.
All right.
You can't go under the Titanic and have sex on the Titanic.
Right.
I see what you mean. All right. Well, then I'm going to have to change my answer. Well, I mean, there is the I guess the captain's chair is the Mopop, so I could do it. All right. Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, the Rocky steps are good.
The Rocky steps might be one of the best ones.
Yeah. And
what about outside the house or on the steps of the house for A Christmas Story?
Yeah.
What in the hell is going on my phone? Siri went off on my phone.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Freaking out, man.
It happens a lot. If you say anything that sounds like that, she will go, "Hey, what do you want?"
She never does that to me.
No, she never listens. She does it on my iPad all the time. I don't know why. She thinks I care about her.
So it's the Ferris wheel from the movie Fear.
Ooh.
Oh. Is that the Mark Wahlberg movie?
Or I thought that was the De Niro movie.
Yeah.
Yes to Mark Wahlberg?
Yes.
Yes to Mark.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, actually, De Niro, I think, was in that movie too, wasn't he? I feel like they both were.
You're thinking of Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. Yeah, right, Rev.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know that Wahlberg Ferris wheel. Is there something sexy about the Ferris wheel in that movie?
It's a creepy movie. That's why it just kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought of a creepy one that I like. The American Horror Story Murder House.
Oh,
because it's an actual filming location we've been there in Los Angeles. We don't have sex in front of it because they have a fence in front of it.
I think I should have a sign: no sex here.
No sex in the murder house.
Yeah, no sex. In the
the Goonies house would be a good one too.
Okay,
there you go.
As long as they let you go anywhere near it.
But they love that, those folks down there.
Oh, they hate anybody coming by too.
Yeah, so people coming by having sex, at least they go, all right, well, that's different.
I totally forgot the Pirates of the Caribbean ship. I think there's one in Aberdeen or part of it in some. That would be awesome, as long as it's not moving because I get seasick.
Well, there are again, this is your fantasy. Rev, do you have anything?
Yeah, actually, I've been watching this. It's back. What We Do in the Shadows is the vampire show on Hulu and FX. And outside of their little gothic mansion, it's pretty cool. It's got like a whole, set up, and it's all spooky and gothic, and it's actually down in California. So,
so it's a real place you can go do it.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
What about the Field of Dreams? Somebody texted in.
Ooh.
If you build it.
Oh, I don't want to finish that statement.
if you erect the Fields of Dreams, guess what? Yeah, that works. I mean, you know that's especially if you're a baseball fan.
So I said the video store from Clerks.
Oh,
funny.
Well, last time someone tried that, it didn't end well.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that Clerks 2? Or was it Clerks 1
I
where
think that was the first one.
Was it the first one where the person died in the back? Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to do it. How about movies? Movies is a great place
There
to
you
go.
go.
I don't know if there's any. They've had pop-up movies.
Yeah, they've had the pop-up movies.
So that's like, how about if you just
Movies
show up?
and movies.
It's like, I'm only here not for the movies fast food that you recreate. And I'm here to have sex in front of the sign that says movies.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, look, movies rhymes with something, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right.
I said, how about at Lake Crystal? I'd be too scared.
No, because Jason's going to kill you then.
Right. It always feels like these damn meddling kids are having sex.
Yeah, if you have sex in a horror movie, you're pretty much guaranteed
you're going
to
to
die.
Okay, thank you, Scream.
You are going to die. Your middle name is Die. Your last name is Dead, and your first name I'm gonna.
And never say, I'll be back.
Because you won't be.
Yeah, you
on top of a log truck from Final Destination.
Oh, this is
well, as long as you're on top of it, you're fine.
And I'll be the guy that's going, okay, not only am I going to die over here, but I got to watch these two bang each other while I'm going to die.
They're going to land on my car.
Yeah, that's not cool. All right.
I still change lanes because of that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, for real.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah. Well, there we go. I think we've solved everything, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where we all would have sex if we could in our dreams. I would just like to have sex. That's really the. I mean, that's the dream right there. Really.
What about the frat house from Animal House? That's in Oregon.
Toga.
Yeah. I want someone to do a movie about my bedroom so then I can wish that I have sex in my bedroom. See? Hey.
Look out.
Thank you. That's a joke. Thanks for coming. Hey, people are getting scammed, and this time people are getting scammed by violin players. What? I'll tell you all about this at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. People in various cities now are telling you to watch out. Watch out!
Is that old Chris Cornell
Yeah, let's
song?
get that.
Yeah, I knew where that came from.
Come on, do it. Watch out! Yeah. I really like that song. A lot of people didn't. Watch out! But they are telling people to be very, very suspicious when it comes to giving money to parking lot violinists.
Huh?
Is that a thing?
I guess that's a
I've
thing.
seen videos of them doing it in subways.
I've seen subways.
Yeah. Or outside of the whole bus tunnel here.
I've seen corners of streets sometimes where they'll have a speaker that's playing music and they're playing along with it,
just like that.
Yeah, I've seen them actually play, though. So now we're saying that we're not supposed to give them money?
Because they may be basically lip syncing, or if you will, whatever that bow is, bow syncing, because they're not playing. They're pretending to play a violin. And like Steve says, if they've got a backtrack, then really they're not playing along with it. They're letting it make it look like they're playing. And
I mean, good on them if that works.
Yeah,
What do I care if I'm giving my money to people who can't play violin?
To be honest, I'm not giving them the money because I'm that impressed by their performance. I'm like, that's creative, and clearly they need some money and times are tough. If I can spare a couple bucks, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, normally I would be the guy on the other side of this, but I'm with you guys. It's like, if someone is taking the time to go out there and do something, in order to get money, why do you care? But this one woman here, who I'm going to name Karen, she's confronting one of the people pretending to play the violin on the street.
Problem is that there's people that actually spend time to learn how to play the violin, and you're standing here faking it, scamming people out of money. That's my problem. You're not playing the song at all.
So, calling me a Karen for outing somebody
Sorry.
that is fakely playing the violin.
What's my problem? Is that you're playing the violin?
Yeah,
you're really not playing.
I mean, what's your problem? Yes, you need to sit down with anybody and find out what your problem is. Because I am the one person that would be on her side. And when you don't have me on your side, you got issues.
Dude, I'm looking at the cars around the person, and it looks like Washington plates.
Oh, wow. It's near an Olive Garden, by the way, too, which is really
this was
awesome.
a Utah plate? I thought I saw one that had a Washington plate. That car right there.
Yeah, that is Washington.
Yeah. And somebody even texted in saying, is this happening in Oregon? Because I've seen it happen in Oregon.
Wow, that is, do we recognize that spot where the OG is?
Maybe it's like Vancouver, Washington.
Okay.
Oh, man. I can't believe this woman, you think she's a disgruntled violinist? And she's just like, this son of a bitch. I know he's not playing Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah. I can tell he's not playing. His fingers are in the wrong spot.
I don't understand why that bothers you, because if you don't want to give to anybody because you think they're not really homeless and they don't really need the money, like he had a sign that said, I got 2 kids, whatever, I need cash.
Now, what if he's lying about that?
It doesn't matter.
I know.
Yeah, it's just, oh my gosh, it gets me when people are like, well, he might be faking. And I'm like, it does. Okay.
Everybody wants to be a PI, man. They want to be investigators.
I turned the corner on it because I used to get mad myself, but then I realized, well, they are standing out on the corner. They are doing something to try to make some money. And that does take time. Like, if he's spending hours out there, then that's why I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself and say, well, even if he doesn't really need the money, but then again, whatever he's doing, he's basically earning money for the time that he's spending doing it, which is kind of what we do in life. So I had to tell myself, you're kind of being an idiot on this. Either decide to give money to somebody on the side of a road or don't.
He's not busting out like bagpipes and like legit trying and poorly doing it. I'd rather him just play.
I would give him money to stop. That's so you go. Look, here's $20. Get off the road now, bagpipe boy, please.
This is something now I want to do, like roadside busking and just do air guitar.
Right?
So
Why not?
and just be like, hey, I'm out here just performing. I don't even have a guitar, but listen to these sweet licks.
Dude, I would give you so much money if you did that. Like, those are my favorite. Like, have you ever seen like the people who have the signs and they're just like,
yes,
I'm not creative. I'm just broke. I'm like, I always give him money.
Why lie? I need a beer.
That's so great.
Oh, I thought you would see. I was thinking of the sign spinners. Because
that's real talent right there.
Yeah, but even still, the ones that aren't that good, because you see them, I mean, they still hold the sign, but they're standing out there getting paid. So what's the difference in somebody who's standing out there?
Merge the two. Have like a little thing, a basket on the ground. Have a sign that just says money with an arrow and spin it around and eventually have it just point down to your little basket.
Nice.
Yeah. I look at the violinist.
I'd pull out $1 for that person.
Right? Yeah.
See, I think the violinist guy might not be the guy using that money for drugs. He looks like he's a lot more together. I get a little wary of giving somebody money where I think you're just going to give this to drugs. You don't look like you're in good shape.
Maybe he's using the money to get violin lessons. For all we know, this is like, I need to do it. The only way I'm going to stay inspired is pretend to play the violin until I learn how to play Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Or Leonard Cohen's, depending on how nitpicky you want to be.
Yeah. I 100% am against this woman.
Somebody says there's a girl that plays the violin at the Bonnie Lake at all the box stores. Another person says, yeah, Steve, I see someone doing this at Total Wine in South Hill. I'm going to go find them and go scam, scam, scam.
Does anybody know of one of a dude that does it near an Olive Garden somewhere? And I don't know. I mean, I know we've got some OG. We have an OG down at South Center, but I just didn't recognize that strip plaza.
It would be great if she went into the Olive Garden, got a breadstick, and threw it at him.
Wow.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't. That's
too aggressive.
Well, I mean, it is, but then again, it's a tasty breadstick, and I think I would like to have those thrown at me.
Yeah. Someone said, if you're entertained, donate. If you're not, don't. It's easy peasy.
I think that's the rule. Like, if a street entertainer gets you to stop and watch, then if you have the cash, you tip.
Yeah. Who cares if they, I mean, we are look, there's video that just surfaced from a Motley Crue show in KC, where Tommy doesn't sit down at his kit fast enough, and the count-in for Looks to Kill starts even before he starts playing.
You hear the hi-hat going, and he's nowhere near the hi-hat.
Oh, yeah.
To which I was there, and I was going, scam, scam, scam.
Scam. All right, Karen. Steve's like, no. There are people that learned how to play the drums for days, Tommy. Hey, what are you doing?
People are getting worked up about this one, which is so silly. Because they're like, oh, he's not even really playing. I'm like, no, that's just like a metronome click kind of a thing where it's like, okay, this is going to count us in. He should be behind the drums to do it with it so that you don't notice. But a lot of drummers and bands play along to a click track, so that way the music doesn't go off tempo, go off the rails. It could happen to any of them. Hell.
So you're saying that it is a help track, and it is not necessarily like lip syncing or guitar syncing.
100%.
Okay,
I'm willing to put money.
And you would know this. I mean, I hate to defer to you as an expert on something, but unfortunately, you really kind of are as a drummer.
He's not playing along to drums. What he's doing, if if what he's doing is like similar to other drummers have done, they have like a click track, but sometimes they'll put the hi-hat sound at first. That way he knows where to start playing and the band hears it. It's just like an easy way to get into it.
So let me ask you this. Loudwire reached out to Motley Crue. Why wouldn't they just give that explanation rather than not having a comment?
They probably don't even care.
They're Motley Crue.
They're like, leave us alone.
Who cares?
We don't feel like talking to the media. We're on tour.
They're deep into a breakfast burrito.
You know what? I would like to not have that in the back of my mind.
Or they're deep into scamming some construction company out of their money, allegedly.
I only say this because I remember when I saw Metallica once, and the exact same thing happened at Lars. Was at the old, now it's Climate Pledge, but the old Key Arena. And they were about to go into one of their songs, and he's just being Lars. He's like leaning back, and he's like, yeah, Metallica to the fans. And all of a sudden you hear, and it's like he's nowhere near it. And the dude like lunged to his drums. He's like, oh crap, they're starting this quicker than I thought. Yeah. And then caught up, and then goes into the stuff.
That's funny.
Wow. It's a harmless thing. All he's doing is he's playing along to a click track. Most drummers do it. In fact, there was a great interview with one of the drummer. I think it was Eric Singer. I can't remember if it was, I believe it was him, one of the many drummers, not many, but a few drummers of KISS. And he eventually started playing with a click track because he was sick and tired of dealing with Gene and Paul. Because one of them, and he's a great drummer. He's like a human metronome. Like the guy doesn't need a click track, but he was like, he needed it to so that like Gene and Paul would stop arguing. Because he'd be up there, start the song, and Gene's like, you're playing it too slow. And then Paul would come over and go, you're playing it too fast. He's like, one guy wants it too fast, one guy wants it too slow. He's like, you know what, let's set a time and a tempo, and I'll play along to this. And that's kind of where he went around with that.
I think that, I personally think it's necessary. You know, you're at, especially at a concert venue where it's loud and, you know, it's not like you're in a studio.
Right. And I'm okay with either one. Like, I don't get mad if, like, some bands you go down, Danny, I'm sure you've seen it, where bands, and you see them play a song live, you're like, that sounded like they took some meth right before they played. Like, they're flying through the song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's, or the opposite, where it's just like, man, this song is really slow. Why? This doesn't sound like this on the album. But then you can tell the ones that are doing a click track because, like, you're like, oh, they didn't mess up at all.
And you know what? I think the drummer from KISS, what he does, he starts the click to get the tempo, and then he eventually has whoever is like sound tech guy dip it out. That way he still has room to wiggle, and he just wants to have that starting point so that at least Gene and Paul don't mess with him.
There was a video that came out recently of I can't remember what band it was. It might have been like 21 Pilots or something, but his in-ear monitor stopped working, so he couldn't hear the click anymore. So he had one of his guitar techs stand behind him and tap his leg to keep him on time.
I saw the video of that. It was crazy.
I think it was 21. I'm not sure but it was some band.
I don't remember who, but it was just like watching it. It's like, wow.
And they're like, it was like basically giving shout out to his guitar tech, being like, hey, we would have sounded really bad if it wasn't for him.
Because that's a two-piece, that band, and they do a lot of pre-recorded tracks that play along with them.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that click going, then everything falls apart. Yeah. Because there's like already triggered and pre-programmed music parts that if it's not at the right tempo, it's just going to sound like a giant cluster F.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, the secret of all live shows as your band that you love ages. As they age, they will make adjustments. And I've noticed that with, I remember being such a big Devo fan and hearing a live version of Girl You Want. Mm-hmm. And it is so much slower than the studio version. Mm-hmm. And it's just you know how frenetic those guys are. And as they got older, because, you know, I would imagine when you're in your 40s, you just can't keep up with that frenetic pace that you probably had when you were in your 20s when you go that fast. Girl You Want live is so much slower. It is, I mean, it's dun, 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 dun,
it's been a weird night, too. I don't know if it's an age
Well, it's the one they recorded.
Oh, okay.
So they recorded it and released it. So I feel like if it was a weird night, they wouldn't use a version.
Or maybe they just wanted to do it that way.
Well, I wondered about that, Steve. Why, you know, when you slow a song down, or you speed it up, it does change the vibe of the song, because that's what a lot of folks, I mean, I remember in the Go-Go's documentary, they said the reason they were a hit band was because they slowed their music down. They said, you guys are playing massively quick. Yes, your punk crowd loves it, but you'll be a crossover success if you just slow your songs down just a little bit. So when you change the speed of a song, it does have an effect. And for me, I just wondered, like, wow, why would you do that? And then I realized, some bands just can't, like, they can't keep up with the pace that they did 20 years previous in some cases. And I mean, maybe I'm making that up, but it's just.
I feel like you might be.
I just know that, and I also know that there's another song from Collective Soul that he does completely differently than the song sounded like when it was recorded. I mean, he does it completely differently, and I'm like, why would you do that? It's like, I come to the show, and you've got a completely different version.
I think they do that because they get bored of playing that song a billion times, and they're doing things just to kind of keep it fresh for themselves. I don't think it has anything to do with age.
Oh, man, you don't think it's about maybe I can't hit some of those high notes like I used to?
That could be.
Some, yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of times, I remember Counting Crows were notorious for this because I think the lead singer just got bored of singing Mr. Jones the way that we knew it. So he would just get up there and just kind of do like some weird like jazzy version of it, and it would infuriate the fans. I mean, and I'm sure there's other bands out there that have done that as well, where it's just like, I just don't feel like playing this song the way that I always play it because I'm bored of it, even though people who paid good money are not bored of it. They want to hear it the way that you recorded it.
When I went to go see Sponge, that 90s band.
Bastards.
Yeah, at the Crocodile, they had that song Plowed, which is a really big one. They started playing a reggae version of it. And about a minute in, people were kind of confused, but still kind of feeling it. But then they switched in and they started over and played the real one, and then everyone was happy.
So maybe I'm crazy, but I know how physical it is for you to do drums.
Yep.
But I mean, I guess my point being is if you're playing a long show and it takes a certain amount of physical exertion for you to play the guitar as fast as you usually play it, if you slow things down, does it conserve your energy? Or that's what I was thinking, is they probably are trying to conserve their energy because they're not as young as they used to be if they have to play everything at that speed that they did when they were in their 20s. Because again, it's real high speed.
I don't know. I don't know any band that's ever said we slowed it down because our fingers are too slow now.
Well, I don't think they would say it, but that's why my brain goes, why would you? Because it really, like, to me, it's a completely different song slowed down.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm like, this makes no sense why you'd make this change.
I really think it has more to do with boredom of the song than it has to do with the inability to play.
Wow.
Because look at like a band like Metallica. I mean, they're not like they're not going to play everything perfect anymore, and then they never did. Like they were always kind of like a garage metal band, but they're still able to play at that speed. And I think when they finally get to the point where they can't play at that speed, they'll just be like, we're just done being this band.
I appreciate
and they're like
them
around
for that.
60. I mean, you're looking at a band like that where they're pushing 60 or right around 60 years old, and they're still able to keep up with that tempo. They might have to rely on like a click track so that way they don't falter or slow it down. But I don't think a band would like completely just change the vibe of a song because they're unable to play it.
I wonder if I could get an honest answer if I ever get a chance to talk to Mark Mothersbaugh about that, because
I don't think any band would ever admit be like, BJ, we're old and we couldn't do it. It'd be great if they did.
I think the closest you would get to some kind of answer would be something like, no, we just wanted to change up the vibe of the song.
Yeah, and here, like, now
that we're older.
the two examples, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like I don't think they'd be truthful, because the two examples, there's one example, Steve, where I will default to you because it's such a different sound with the Collective Soul that it's very possible he's like, I just want to do this new version. Whereas with Girl You Want, it just sounds like all he did was slow it down. It's the same
I've seen
vibe.
bands do that, like young bands. Like they'll just turn a song that like was like an upbeat song into like almost like a it went through the typo negative filter for those that know that band where everything got slowed down just because it's a different vibe.
I hate that.
You should throw things at them.
Yeah.
Get a shoot.
I mean, it's like
a tomato.
Take it to 100.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah, hot dogs
You said it though. I go to a show, I pay this big money, and you're not performing the song the way I like it. I feel like what are you doing?
Because they're there just for you.
Like that's why they're out there. I mean, really, they're out there for me. You know what, Danny?
I get frustrated by it.
Yeah, I
can see what
it
you're
is
saying.
just for me. I'm paying to see you. Why wouldn't you give me what I'm paying to see? It's not like I'm at your house and you invited me over and I'm going, hey, Danny, play what I want because you're my dancing monkey. Literally, I'm going to see your show. And if you do stuff differently than I've ever seen before, that's not what I paid to see. And if you're bored of playing your music, hey, guess what? Don't tour anymore. Then you won't get my money.
But they want your money and they want to still stay satisfied.
Yeah, I think then release the new version so I can get used to it, but don't just spring it on me at a show. I don't like that. I really don't. I get very frustrated.
They should do two versions. They should start the set with like their fun new let's get our yayas out kind of version, and then later on do us the version that we know and love.
Yeah. Imagine Guns N' Roses doing Sweet Child of Mine and they go, we're not going to start with that opening riff. We just, we're going to get right to the chorus. I'd be out of my mind.
But on the flip side, like if they decided to do a different version of it, there's a lot of Guns N' Roses fans would be like, this is so cool. We're hearing a unique take on a song that we already love.
I think that's my whole point, is that I feel like a lot of fans would not be disappointed with, because they're still playing it some version of it. Or at that point, if you go to a show and they don't play the hits, that's fine. Like, I've never been to a show where they decide to not play their biggest hit because I'm just like, oh, well, they just must not want to play it tonight.
That all being said, I'm never going to be like, I want my money back. But like, I remember being bummed by the Black Crowes when I went and saw them, and they just turned it into like a 2-hour jam session. And they only played one song that was recognizable, and the rest was just like, okay, I spent decent money. I'm still happy I'm seeing the Black Crowes. And then I just recently saw they played the Chateau, I think, St. Michel. And I looked at their set list and it was like the greatest hits. And I'm like, damn it. Because for the longest time I was like, I don't know if I want to go see these guys live again because it was such a bad experience.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, Danny's like, huh.
But there's some Black Crowes fans who are like, that was the greatest concert ever. I got to see these guys just like, flex their creative muscles in front of us. And they just made everything into like a jazz, or not jazz, like a bluesy jam session.
By the way, I would just like to point out the hypocrisy of Mr. Daniel over here.
Why is he a hypocrite?
Because he complained, Avril Lavigne wasn't as dancey and she wasn't as up-tempo as she usually is.
That was Joe that complained.
Oh, I thought both of them did.
Well, we both said she just wasn't as energetic. I didn't complain about it.
I feel like when you say somebody wasn't something, that's really kind of a complaint.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, you know what, Steve? At least Steve admits he's a hypocrite.
Forever.
If you're going to be Steve's assistant over here, a little whatever the hell you might want to call yourself.
Let Danny be Danny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Full size Danny.
If you're his Robin to his Batman, you need to at least admit you're it.
We could both be Batman.
Batman.
There are no rules to this game of life, BJ. If we want to be Batman, we can be Batman.
You guys do whatever you want to do.
Batman together.
Yeah, Rev, you want to be a Batman?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Cracking men.
I just want Danny to go to every show, and I want every musician to not play a song the way it was that Danny heard it, and then Danny will go, I love this. I love hearing music that doesn't sound like what I like. Yeah, I want this. All right, yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Nick Carter was a member of which boy band?
NSYNC.
No.
Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Oh, he's going to be so mad at me.
How did that go over when your wife found out that you just don't know the difference?
Back is stiff from sleeping on the couch yesterday.
Well, you know what? Your wife really is pretty easygoing, but this boy band stuff.
You do not F with NSYNC.
Yeah, you don't do that. I get it. You want a shot at beating Steve? Okay, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. You know what we're doing? We're playing Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so sweet and crispy, some are saying they're better than Mom's breakfast.
Did you say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than mine?
No, Mom. Some people are saying that. Not me, even if I am thinking it. Choose Wendy's home-style French toast sticks.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, the biggest show of the summer. It's so big, it's going to take 3 days. Labor Day weekend, Pain in the Grass at White River Amphitheater. Woo!
It's going to be a great time. Come hang out with us, along with Bush, the band, of course.
Yes.
Sublime with Rome. Incubus, Alice in Chains.
The band, of course.
Of course. Sammy Hagar, George Thorogood. There's a bunch of other great bands. You can get all the lineup at KISW.com, BJ. But the part that I'm most excited about is the first ever BJ and Migs Weenie Toss. Giving us something ridiculous to do at the BJ and Migs party, which is selling really well. So get your tickets before those sell out and hang out with us. Get a free drink. You get hooked up with a free T-shirt. Of course it's new.
Brand new.
It's brand new. Fresh off the presses, BJ.
Oh, we're not doing the game used T-shirts?
No, we got some negative reviews about that.
All right, fine.
Also hook you up with some food as well, and you get to watch some of the stupidity that we do in this little hangout and get away from the craziness of the concert.
It's not a bad idea, man.
Yes.
I like this whole plan. You want tickets? They got them at Ticketmaster right now. You want more info? We got that at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
And I know right now that it's Mariners season, and they're doing all sorts of amazing things.
Mariners.
But don't forget your little tentacled friends out there, the Kraken.
Oh, never forget, man.
Yeah.
And then we're coming back next season with Ryan Donato. So I'm very happy about that.
So stoked for that.
A real fan fave.
Yep. So very happy to see all those moves happening. Let's get to our contestant today. We got James in Bonnie Lake. James, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
Rev, oddly enough, paint in the grass tickets.
Oh, how about that?
You can get those at KISW.com. Plus, we'll hook you up with passes to our BJ and Migs party, which is brought to you by the Advocates. Again, all the information you can get at KISW.com. Plus, buy your tickets there, including Live Nation doing a really cool thing where you can get 4 tickets for $80.
Nice. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, James will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. James, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What animal is 9th in the 12-year cycle of animals in the Chinese zodiac?
9th, the cock.
No.
The ram.
No.
Pass.
House of Cards was a TV show that aired on what streaming service?
Netflix.
Yes. In which country are iPhones mostly assembled?
Say that again.
In what country are iPhones mostly assembled?
The United States.
No.
China.
Yes. Who was the widow to JFK?
My Rage Against the Machine said it. I don't know. Pass.
Which country has the most airports?
U.S.
Yes. Who owns the UFC?
The what?
UFC.
UFC?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pass.
George Washington was born in which present-day state?
Virginia?
Yes. In season 1 of Stranger Things, who gets trapped in the Upside Down?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, 4 correct.
Oh.
If you haven't watched Stranger Things, then who are you? I thought everyone has.
I haven't read.
Whoa, look at you.
Me and this guy are on the same page.
Yeah,
Right?
a couple of anti-establishment guys over here.
Yeah.
F the
Punk
man.
rock.
Yeah, punk rock for life. Let's not watch that show.
Woo! There we go.
Steve, you're back.
I am.
Ooh, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
What animal is 9th in the 12-year cycle of animals in the Chinese zodiac?
Rat.
No.
Rooster.
No.
Tiger.
No. House of Cards was a TV show that aired on what streaming service?
Netflix.
Yes. In which country are the iPhones mostly assembled?
China.
Yes. Who was the widow to JFK?
Jackie O.
Yes. Which country has the most airports?
America.
Yes. Who owns
United
the
States.
UFC?
Colonel Sanders.
No.
Dana White.
George Washington was born in which present-day state?
Pennsylvania.
No.
New Hampshire.
No.
New York.
No. In season 1 of Stranger Things, who gets trapped in the Upside Down?
11.
No.
Ego.
No.
Daenerys.
No.
Oh.
Alaska became a state in what decade?
80s.
No.
50s.
Yes. Paula Abdul was a cheerleader for what sports
Los Angeles
team?
Lakers.
Yes. And Steve, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-4.
Oh, not a bad, Gene. Not a bad. Sorry about that, Jimmy.
Yeah, sorry, James.
Yeah, it happens.
It
All right,
does.
guys, have a good one.
Have a good one,
buddy.
man.
I'm the best.
Yeah, you are.
I'm the best.
See, that's 3 people that didn't know the Stranger Things question, so I'm just going to go out there and say no one watched Stranger Things, all right?
Oh, yeah, no one. It's only the highest streamed U.S. show that Netflix has ever put out. But, hey.
Yeah, which is funny because it's not exactly by, the Rolling Stone doesn't think it's the best thing they've ever put out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Do you happen to know who got trapped in the Upside Down there, BJ?
Yes, and I'm going to go with Will, even though Barb also, she was...
If someone said Barb, I'd be like, fine.
You have to, but she got killed in the Upside Down.
Did she
was
get
not
killed
really
in the
trapped.
Upside Down or before that?
Well, if that's the case...
Well, she was found in the Upside Down, so the corpse was stuck, I guess.
But Will works. He's the dude with the crazy haircut, Steve, the bowl haircut.
The bowl haircut.
Everyone kept talking about.
Go Mariners!
Yeah!
Julio! Not care about it. All right.
Okay, you know what?
I don't remember.
We pretend to like what you like.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You hate everything he likes.
I sit there and respectfully listen to
That's a lie.
him talk about his seaweed and says how great it is, and I'm like, okay.
James did get the George Washington question correct. The present day state was Virginia.
Come on, Steve.
Yeah. Nobody got the animal that's 9th in the 12-year cycle of animals in the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it either.
Not a bear.
Snake?
No.
Is there a way to Ken Jennings it?
No. No, I mean, unless you know them, no, there's not really.
Yeah, there really is.
Monkeys.
Hey.
Yeah,
Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
No.
If you knew what this was, what is this the year of?
I have no idea.
See, that's how you Ken Jennings it, because I would just assume you would ask that question because this is the year of that.
Watch, it's the year of the monkey.
If it's the year of the monkey, that was not it. Like, I didn't even try.
It's the year of the clam.
I think it's the dragon. Is there such? Is the dragon?
I think there's a dragon in there.
I think this is the dragon.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. What year is this?
Yeah, Chinese. Yeah, you say the lunar year.
Chinese
of
zodiac year of.
I think they call it. I don't know if they call it. I think they call it the lunar zodiac now. I don't know.
And don't forget, we need a winner. So caller number 7.
Caller 7, 206-421-ROCK. Caller 7, you're going to get to go see Pain in the Grass and the Weenie Toss.
You're the tiger.
Okay, so you couldn't Ken Jennings that, Steve.
Good.
Yeah. Good?
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to win this thing.
No, but I just didn't want everything to be Ken Jenningsable.
Well, so Rev went out there and he's like, hey, man, the best show ever, Stranger Things. And Danny is like, come on, man.
It's one of the most popular ever.
Yeah.
When it comes to hours watched on Netflix.
See, what I don't understand is when Rolling Stone says the best shows, I guess it's not necessarily the most popular because they're just rating all the shows on Netflix in the last 9 years. What are the best? And I think Vicky at least knows this show. That's number one. I don't think any of you know this show.
Too Hot to Handle.
That is not on the list, sir.
That's such a great show.
Yeah.
Right? Tiger King.
You know what? I am surprised that it's not on there, but this is definitely then about quality and not about popularity.
So this is like journalists coming up with a foo-foo list, huh?
Yeah, though I think you would know number 2, Steve. You watched number 2, I believe.
Nailed it.
You watched Orange is the New Black.
I watched the first couple seasons.
You did.
That was going to be my first guess.
Yeah, that's number 2.
Money Heist has to be number 1.
Well, you would think so, but it's not on the list.
It's going to be something dumb like Squid Game.
Squid Game is on the list, Danny, and it's not dumb. You're a jerk. That's number 14.
Oh, wow.
Was it the Queen's Gambit?
You know what?
Which I actually liked.
Yeah, you're on the right track. That did not make the list.
Interesting.
I say you're on the right track because I think that at least was a quality show.
Off the track, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a quality show. I'm not going to put you down for saying Queen's Gambit. BoJack Horseman is number 1, the animated show about a horse voiced by Will Arnett.
That's number 1?
That's number 1 according to Rolling Stone.
Interesting.
It's a really good show. It's depressing a lot of the times, though.
Yeah,
and you sold me on not seeing it.
Well, I saved you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a couple of episodes, and it's just never hooked me in to keep me there. It just hasn't. But, I know people love the show.
Yeah, there have a lot of really good moments, but I used to watch it over and over again because I'll pick a show and hyperfocus and watch it 1,000 times. But I also have no desire at this point to ever see it again.
Meanwhile, Vicky, your favorite show that you will watch over and over again and keep on in the background is number 5.
Inside Job?
Ooh, you know what? Inside Job is not on the list, but you're on the right track as far as the kind of
Marie Kondo show.
Animated entertainment. The Marie Kondo show it didn't make it.
Oh.
Hilda?
Oh, Vicky, what is your show that you love that's animated?
Archer's not on Netflix, though.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You just forgot. You know it. You always
I know.
talk about you've been trying to get me to watch this show.
Masha and the Bear.
All right, no, it's not that. I'll just give you one word. You'll know. Nick. Oh, okay. I have to give you two words.
Yeah.
Kroll.
Oh, Big Mouth.
How did you forget Big Mouth? That is your show.
Well, because there's so many animated adult shows out right now, and I'm
There
thinking there's
are.
Hulu, there's this and that. Like, there's so
Big
many.
Mouth is your Big Mouth, though. That's got to be in your Mount Rushmore of animated Big Mouth, right?
Yes. Does that count Human Resources, their spin-off show?
No.
I think, honestly, Human Resources is better.
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know you anymore.
A show that I might start watching, and it has Natasha Lyonne, I think her name is.
Natasha Lyonne?
Who was on Orange is the New Black.
Talking about Russian Doll?
Yeah. Is it good?
I saw the first season, really good.
Number 3, second season's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think you should leave with Tim Robinson. I don't even know that one on Netflix. I never even heard of it. Master of None. Is that the Aziz Ansari one?
Yeah. I've heard that's great.
Yeah, I think I watched 1 or 2 of those episodes, and it was one of those things, Stephen, how it is. You watch it with your significant other, hoping they like it, and they're like,
not feeling it.
Yeah, so I don't know this show called Unbelievable on Netflix. One Day at a Time. That's
the sitcom?
Is that based on the old sitcom?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it?
It has me crying all the time, but it's based on a family,
Crying
Puerto Rican,
laughing or crying sad?
like good sad.
So it's a Puerto Rican family, but is it based on the
Yes.
original TV show? Oh, okay.
They got a landlord. What was his name?
Yeah, Schneider.
Schneider. Yeah. I loved it. I really loved
Did
it.
they have a big key ring full of keys?
No, but he's always
What the
popping in.
hell?
They're like, this isn't your house, right? He's like, yeah, but I'm basically like, he's this white guy, and he's like, I'm Puerto Rican by proxy at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
he became part of the family.
That sounds like Schneider.
Yeah, it's really good.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is also on the list.
Oh,
which
I love that show.
I never watched it, and I know it's good.
Dude, yeah, you should go back and watch it. It's great. It's worth it.
And there you go. So there's other stuff on there, but I don't know.
It's too hot to handle. Didn't even make the top 15.
No.
Should have.
Right.
Stranger Things.
Season 1 only.
Yeah.
Stranger Things didn't crack the top 10, which is like, if it's true that it's not that good of a show, then we just must love it for the nostalgia.
Well, yeah, and the D&D, thank you.
Wait, it came in number 13, though.
Well, yeah, but I would have assumed it was top 5.
And
in my mind. My mind tells me it's a top 5 show.
And I would have put American Vandal down a lot further just because, I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't like it was too juvenile, too sophomore for me.
And the show Unbelievable is inspired by true events, and it's very depressing. It's a very sad thing. So I haven't even heard of it. So, can we push that down and put Stranger Things up?
I'm trying to
get a quick question about
Yes,
Netflix.
sir.
I was just thinking, does anyone ever use that randomizer thing?
No,
never. Why would you?
Why do they even have that feature?
Because some people don't know what I've thought about using it.
But you never. I have two, and I'm like, why would I want them to pick what I'm going to watch?
Yeah, well, and then at that point, it's like I'm going to get sucked into a show that I don't want to watch.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's ever used that Netflix randomizer.
I feel like they only worked with Urban Spoon. Didn't Urban Spoon have a randomizer and then it would pick a place where you go eat?
It almost looked like it was like a roulette or not roulette, like one of those like slot machine things.
Yeah, it's the only way that it's ever worked. And even now, people don't want to do that anymore. They really don't want you to. I want to go to a restaurant I like. I'm not going to let Urban Spoon tell me what's up.
Yeah, at least with the randomizer, they should at least be like, what genre or like are you looking to laugh or you're looking to cry or whatever crap you want.
Whatever crap.
Something.
Are you looking to wrestle?
I've always wondered because you know how they give you like shows you might like type of thing, like based on your what you watched in the past. I've always wondered if the randomizer will do that same thing.
Probably.
Like, take that into consideration.
Try it, Danny.
I'm good.
Live dangerously,
I
Danny.
haven't
Randomize
seen
it.
one of these shows on that we just listed, and I don't plan on it. So
No.
at that point, I'm good.
It's no American Pie.
No,
thank
you, Steve. Exactly.
You're not a TV guy or a movie guy, Danny. You're really not.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean that's okay. You're not a chocolate guy.
See, my problem though is like we watch a lot of kids shows through Netflix, and then every once in a while, like shows for us mom and dad. And so if I do the randomizer, it's going to be some stupid like random cartoon that we never even heard of.
Yeah, but look at you, man. Though you'll have one up on Tatum. You'll be like, yeah, you don't know this show, do you, kid?
He's not really trying to one up her in cartoons.
Oh, you really should.
No,
okay,
here's the
some of you know what? You got to get the upper hand in that relationship quick.
If you do that, then you're going to be sucked into a new cartoon because Tatum's going to be like, "Oh, this is the best show ever."
Let's do it.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah, yeah. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you, I'm looking right at you. You're going to pick the topic. You're going to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? Again, I'm looking at you. Your calls, your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It is Listeners on the Loose. This is your opportunity. I mean, this is the thing. Opportunity comes along, knocks on your dome, says, hey, you want to do this? You want to make a comment? You want to tell the world? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. But, you know, there is one rule governed by the Steve.
You got to be ready. You know, the separation's in the preparation, DJ.
Oh, no, you can't say that.
We're taking it back. It's ours now.
Oh.
Show some energy and bring it other way to get gone. And then we say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
I did see yesterday they had video of Geno Smith like walking out for training camp, and he's just like talking to the camera. I'm ready. Let's go. Blah blah blah. And he's like, all right. Go Hawks, and then goes, go 12s. Like, it's almost like he's like, I can't just have Russ's.
Whoops.
You know, obviously, Go Hawks is not just Russ's thing, but, you know, he's been known for being the guy that ends every statement or every interview with Go Hawks. So I think Geno's like, can't end it that way. I got to say something else. He says, go 12s.
That's a tough one for him. Where do you go with that? Because I like Go Hawks, and I agree. It shouldn't just be Russell, but then you don't want to look like you're trying to be the guy.
You know what it should be? He should just walk off stage. It's just F Russ.
Yep, F Russ.
F Russ. That's the new call.
I like that.
Yeah.
Everybody does that at the end of their interviews.
I was hoping maybe just for the Let's Fly, just to make fun of the Let's Ride.
I like Let's Fly because also it would piss off a lot of the people that don't like the Star Trek because that's one of the captain's lines, Let's Fly. Right. And people have been pissed off about it, so I'd say let's make it the Hawks thing.
Russ is a dork who wears his own jersey to training camp.
That is a long one.
That is kind of a long one.
It's kind of hard. I mean, I don't know if it's got the same pizzazz. You know, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see, you know, next time, you know, one of the big reporters are on the sideline.
There.
All right, there you go. Hey, we got Chris in Tacoma at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Chris, you're on the Rock.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Not too bad. Chris, what you got for us today, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I just want to give a big shout out to all the restaurant workers here in Tacoma. Trying to stay cool. I'm one of the managers up here at Frisco Freeze, so it's been pretty hot.
Oh, yeah. I
Give
mean,
it a shout.
A kitchen is a beating in this kind of weather because it's hard to keep that place ventilated, you know, or whatever, temperature controlled as it is. But then in this kind of weather, it's just,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All the kitchens are pretty hot.
Yeah, you know, Chris, I would say in this situation that we're in, anybody that will, because I was, granted, it's Index Washington, but there was a sign on a place, a cafe I went to, Mountain View Cafe, right on the sign. It said, "Please be patient. No one wants to work anymore." As we were just right at the front of Mountain View.
That's a great way to walk into a restaurant. At least it says anymore. It said nobody wants to work here.
Yeah, and Chris, I think that's the situation right now. Is you got to give a lot of love to people who are actually willing to work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard to get workers these days in the restaurant industry. You know, during the shutdown, they all had to go and find different. Yeah,
you're cutting out, Chris, but yeah, I just would say this: if you can somehow, some way, budget enough money to at least give 20%, and I think, man, if you can get up to 30% right now, something where. If we can change the mindset where folks will go, wow, it seems like customers are being cool. It's not a bad job going into the service industry, like when it comes to restaurants, because it is bad. They just don't have the staff.
And also the big thing on that too is just pay attention to like maybe the social media or give a call to the restaurant too, because I know a lot of places are just closing down for these heat wave days.
Yeah, I
didn't know that.
Yeah, so you got to pay attention and be patient with that sort of thing, just because it's like it's too hot for them to work. You don't want people passing out and falling in your food or anything.
No, I'm impatient during these times. I'm like, I need to get out of this room. It's too hot.
Yeah,
Up, you jerks. No, I saw Bud's in Blue Max Meats, the butcher shop. They were like, we're starting early because we might have to leave late because they're heating the meat. It's like too much.
Yep.
You know, that's always been my problem.
The heat and the meat.
Like you're
giving them that meat heat.
Meat heat.
No.
We're talking meat heat.
Sounds like a radio guy name.
Hi, I'm Meat Heat in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Meat Heat's on in the evenings.
Yeah, you can't have.
Hey, everybody.
Meat Heat.
Yeah.
It's Meat Heat playing all the songs that'll get your heat.
Or is one guy meat and the other guy's heat?
Meat and heat in the morning.
Who's who?
What was that? What was the Family Guy show? Weenie in the Butt. Yeah.
Meat in the morning, sponsored by Traeger.
Yeah. Love that one. All right. Well, it is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Says I need some fashion advice from the best dressed people on the radio.
Okay.
What?
Should I wear suspenders? I'm 6'4", a bit under 300 pounds. My wife says always tells me to pull my pants up even when I wear a belt. Also, I have a big crack. LOL from Justin in Ferndale.
Yes, you should.
Go with the suspenders.
Always suspenders.
Yes, go with suspenders.
Isn't that, though, the crack like the fashion statement of Ferndale? I'm just saying. Too soon?
Oh, sorry, disrespectful.
Wow,
Ferndale's worked hard to get away from that reputation.
Have they?
Maybe not.
Yeah. Ferndale's deep, dude.
I say go shirtless with suspenders.
Oh, shirtless with suspenders. That will make Ferndale look like the fashionista capital of the world.
Vicky found on Amazon LED light suspenders and bow tie.
Yeah, send me that link.
You could have suspenders for every occasion, and so at that point, I don't see why this is a question. You just need a bunch of suspenders,
especially LED ones.
Yes.
Is it cool or still geeky? Because I've always thought suspenders were geek chic.
Yeah, it was never not cool.
Are you really?
Yeah, Mork from Mork. Forget about it.
I don't know. I think it's kind of sexy. Like when a guy's wearing like a button up and they have suspenders on, the sleeves are rolled up part way. That's girl porn.
Do you think it's geeky sexy or just sexy in general?
It depends. If the bow tie adds the geekiness, no bow tie.
Really?
It's less geeky.
Steve, when was the last time you wore suspenders?
Never.
Okay, then. Well,
maybe
then,
a wedding or something like that.
I will say this.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
I will say this. If you're not aware you've got crack issues, someone's got to literally have your back on that, because it's so embarrassing when you go, dude, how do you not know how do you not feel the breeze? How do you I get if somebody's working really hard and what are you going to do? But even then you got to go, dude, if you're in a position where this could happen, you've got to figure it out, right?
Just put Rogaine on your butt so it's so hairy nobody can tell it's your crack.
Okay, well, these are really good.
Wow.
We're helping out, aren't we?
There you go.
There's a visual.
I've tried. It doesn't work.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that to me, the butt crack, that was one of the most embarrassing situations.
On my butt and it doesn't work.
One of the most embarrassing situations I've ever had in radio was because of my butt crack.
What?
Yeah, it was, the band was Unified Theory. They were the members of Blind Melon. And they, at the time, had the original drummer of Pearl Jam, Dave Cruzen, and so bassist, guitarist of Blind Melon, different lead singer. This guy, Chris, I can't remember his last name, but he also sang with Live when the lead singer of Live left. He's got an incredible voice. Unified Theory is one of my favorite bands. So they came in the studio one morning when they were just starting to get a name for themselves, and they were going to perform live. And I was setting up all the wires and the microphones and the cords, and I had to reach down and move one of the microphones. It was like, I think on the bass drum. And I did not realize that my butt crack was like, we were going several inches down. So I'm doing this, and it just kind of gets quiet in the room. And then I look up, and Andy, who I was working at the time, is in tears laughing. The members of Unified Theory look like they just saw a ghost. And I was just like, oh my gosh, here's one of my favorite bands. I'm getting to mix and put together audio for them. This is a moment that I was looking forward to. And I just showed them what I had for lunch. It was awesome. I just wanted to leave. And they eventually started laughing about it. And they were super nice guys. But there was a moment where they're just like, are they effing with us? Is this a prank? Is it like a rib? Where they let's have the producer lean down and show butt crack.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I would think. I'd be like, because especially if it was so blatantly, like you said, you could really see a lot. Yep. I would wonder, what is going on here?
And Chris Shin, that's the singer's name. He's such a great voice.
Well, Chris Shin saw yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned my lesson with plumber's crack when I bent over once and my aunt put ice cubes down my pants.
Nice.
That's nice of her.
That was very nice. Thanks, Aunt Dina. But I always remember to pull my pants up now.
Aunt Tina, or is it Antina?
Aunt Dina.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
I have white ants.
But see, I will say this: if you know what, sometimes when you're a young boy, and I remember this, when you got to see a woman with butt crack, it was like the greatest gift in the world.
Case by case.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not attracted to somebody. I don't want to see their butt crack.
Oh, all right.
Not all butt cracks.
I see what you mean. I wasn't sure. It depends on what situation you're in. Was it at church? Was it at the buffet? I see what you mean. Yes.
It's never a bad time for a sweet butt crack.
Yeah. But nobody ever wants to see a dude butt crack. I don't know too many women that are like, I can't wait for that to happen ever.
This is why we need to bring back, I know that they're popular, so I'm not bringing it really back, but we need to really just normalize wearing overalls.
Yeah, you never have that issue?
No, and they're like pants with suspenders already attached to them.
Yeah. But suspenders does fix it. I mean, what happens is you'll ride up, right? It'll ride you up, so that you shouldn't.
As long as they're on good.
Yeah.
Well,
they hold up.
Listen, I can't help you if you can't attach things properly. I don't know. At that point, you're just, what are you going to? You're butt crack forever.
So to answer that guy's question, yes, wear some suspenders.
Yeah, yeah. If you got a butt crack issue, why not own it? Get some fun suspenders and make it your thing, because you don't want to be Steve.
No, I do that. That always stays in the back of my mind. I mean, obviously it's going to happen no matter. But like so many times when I'm sitting down, I'm like holding the back of my shirt just to make sure like I've got the butt crack is not showing.
I'm the same way. I make sure.
It's literally why I wear an undershirt all of the time.
Oh, then you can just do it free willy-nilly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you see like the back of my shirt. I don't care. But man, I cannot handle like even just like if my t-shirt rides up or something like that. I get so panicked. I don't want anyone to see my butt crack.
Yeah, Rev can just bend over wherever and whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm. See, he knows what's up.
Yes, I do.
That's because he doesn't wear a t-shirt. He wears a nightgown underneath all of his stuff.
It goes all the way down.
That way is for sure you'll see nothing.
Oh, somebody said no cap. BJ's totally right. That means you're not lying, BJ. Those chocolate chip cookies are totally on fleek. I get the 13-pack, LOL.
All of those words, man.
I'm
they know what's up.
Texture.
Oh, yeah, be quiet. You think you're the only guy that can be cool? That texter knows what's up. That texter's on fleek.
I hope he's just mocking you, and that's why he did all that.
No, he's mocking my languaging, as I
Yes.
say no cap, but he's probably not mocking the great taste of the chocolate chip cookies.
No, that I agree.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you really can't make a bad chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, no, dude. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
it's
you
because-
can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, really.
I still think as long as it's edible, I'm going to enjoy it.
But it's warm, and you don't expect it. Like, I just don't expect that from McDonald's. Like, you get the burger, you get
Yeah.
everything. You go, let me try this. And the first thing you put your hand on there, you go, these are warm. And you're like, oh, my God. And they're just the right taste of sweetness and chocolate. And I'm like, how have I not known this, McDonald's? I mean, you should be getting lots of credit for this, and they don't seem to.
Yeah, someone said, you didn't know McDonald's had chocolate chip cookies?
No.
Steve, when's the last time you were in a McDonald's? To be honest, I don't remember the last time I was inside of a McDonald's. Drive-through.
And to be fair, what do you...
FTW.
But to be fair, what do you get when you go to McDonald's for something sweet? You never even, you always go for the McFlurry, right?
100%.
Yeah. I mean, so...
they could have a giant cookie on the menu. Like, it's just a big cookie, and everything is written over that cookie, and I'd still be like, I want that McFlurry.
Yep. So I think that's the thing, is that you just never think of McDonald's for anything but maybe the ice cream, definitely the McFlurry.
Do they do a chocolate chip cookie McFlurry?
Oh, boy, would that be pro. If they don't, I think it's time.
I mean, if this cookie's so damn legit,
They should, yeah.
you might as well just make whatever, like the ones that aren't cooked perfectly.
Maybe a secret menu ask or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say. However, if it's as warm as BJ says, it wouldn't blend well.
No, you'd have to be like one of those ones that didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it would need to be hard. Like, because you want the chunkies in a McFlurry,
Right.
All right, that's the job I want to do. Rejecting chocolate chip cookies.
Well, you had
Get
that
out of here! You don't make it.
Guess I got to eat this one.
Yeah.
Some of them just don't look good after they're cooked, and you're like, well,
I want that job. Is all I'm saying. I want to be the judge.
Waste not, want not.
Get over there. Get in the pile for the McFlurries, you loser.
And I mean, just looking at the McDonald's menu, only McFlurries in Oreos and which are cookies and the M&Ms, but not the chocolate chip ones.
Yeah, they had Chips Ahoy for a minute, but
that's not the same.
Not the same.
Not as their own cookies. Their own cookies are superior to me than Chips Ahoy. I hate to say it. I mean, for Chips Ahoy, but love to try one of these. Yeah, I hope you like it. I mean, I hope I'm not overhyping it, but it could just be like when it's late at night and you get to have somebody deliver something to you and you just have no expectation of the sweet goodness. I hope you don't go, hey, BJ, I've had better. But I mean, sometimes it's just like, oh my God. And lately they're stolen all the time.
Are they called the McCookie?
I don't know, actually. I just know it's called Get in My Mouthy.
It's just chocolate chip cookies on the menu.
Yeah.
That's my mouthy.
No,
Get in my mouthy.
That's it.
I don't want it.
You pick the topic. You guide the show. It's listeners on the loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 9:35 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whoa. Church, you are in Edgewood and you're on The Rock.
Guys, hola!
Hola, Church, hola! Don't forget the men's room afternoons right here on The Rock. What you got for us, Church?
Well, hey, I just want to give a shout out to all my guys at Frost Landscaping. It's hot out there, and we're kicking it, and making it happen.
Give it a shout.
On that topic.
All right, shout has been given.
On that note, I want to know, what's your guys' worst job you've ever had or hardest job, kind of like landscaping? You guys can't always been on the radio.
Well, how about you? What's the worst job you've had?
Oh, good God. Oh, that was going to have to be working in a crawl space installing sub pumps.
Oh, the sub pump. The sub pumps are the ones that will help pump out water when you get flooded. Those kind of things, right?
Yep, I will say this, though. It is nice to, at lunchtime, where you don't even have to come out of the crawl space and just kind of, you know what? Lunchtime, take a nap.
So it's actually not a bad job, then. All right, well.
It's not a bad job.
I'm looking at Steve's face right now. Steve's ready. Steve, are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready to give my answer, yeah.
All right.
This job right now.
That's I mean, I just looked over at you and I thought, oh boy, this is Steve's funnest part of his life and his entire existence.
I'm kidding.
I can't believe you. I thought you were going to gong. I thought you were getting ready.
I had no issues with the call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, good for you. I did, actually.
I think being a busboy was the worst job I ever had. I hated it. I hated smelling like bleach because we had to clean everything afterwards.
Oh.
And it was just like you get back and it was like, yeah, I'm not coming out with everybody. People were like, you coming out tonight after you're done working? No, unless you want to hang out with Stevie Bleach over here because I just stunk of bleach.
I didn't even know that was part of the gig.
Well, because you have the Sandy buckets, the sanitation buckets with the towels and stuff. And nowadays, because I used to have to use bleach my first restaurant job, but then they came out with like a sanitizer that had a pretty neutral smell. But that was the worst. Your hands just reeked and they were cracked and dry. Do not recommend.
What about gloves? You don't wear gloves when you're doing that?
You don't have time to be putting on gloves every single time you're going to be cleaning because you're running to the table, coming back. If you're lucky, there's no time for that.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it's awful, man. Because it's not like you take a shower and that scent, it's just stuck. And maybe no one else will notice it as much, but it's just like embedded in your nose and you're just like miserable. That one. And then when I was with a temp job, when I first moved out here, and one of my jobs was to just spend the entire day stapling things. Like papers, like they would just give you a stack of papers, staple, next stack, staple, make photocopies, staple, and they had a supervisor that walked around, and if you didn't staple it in the perfect spot, you'd have to do it again. Not kidding. He had a serious power vibe going, and you look, he's like, this is not a half an inch from the corner, and it's like it's slightly offside, it's slightly not diagonal or whatever, and you're just like, this is your job. Your job is to keep me stapling papers. I don't know who's got it worse.
You know that would be my job.
Oh, it was the worst, man. But thankfully that was a temp job.
Yeah. Oh, man. You think they would have a machine for that?
Well, nowadays, sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because
in the late 90s, I guess they didn't. I don't know.
Steve the Machine.
And there was a team of us. There was like 8 of us stapling things.
Oh, and where were you in the 8? Were you one of the top performers?
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, man.
I was probably at the bottom. I was always getting in trouble.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I don't staple things. I just use those clips now.
Oh, you're really traumatized.
I'm very traumatized by it.
I have noticed there's no stapler around here. When I wanted to buy one.
Look at my desk. No staplers.
Yeah.
When I wrestle, if they want to incorporate staples into the match, I will not staple something.
That's why you don't like Office Space. I had no idea why you hate that movie.
Hate it.
Yeah, I completely get it.
The worst.
Yeah, wow. All right, Vicky, what's the worst job you ever had? And if anybody says this fine place, I'm going to say I'm the best reason that you've ever had a job. Just saying.
It's not even. I haven't had too many actual jobs because I got this job when I was so young. I've been a waitress twice.
Yeah.
I've been a waitress twice, and then I've been a nanny, under the table. But then I also worked briefly at a bridal store when I was 18. I have no idea about fashion or dresses or anything. It seemed like a cool idea to work there, and I knew the people. I lasted a month because they needed somebody to be there while they were at a convention or whatever, and never heard from them again. They're like, okay, cool, once wedding season picks up, we'll hire you again.
So you never really, it doesn't sound like you ever really had a horrible job that you hated.
No, I mean, I've had horrible days at jobs, but never a horrible job.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's not bad when you go, hey, every job I had's pretty much okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
One texter said picking strawberries. That was the worst job.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah, I'd get fired for eating them all.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I did that as a kid once, actually. We had, you could just go, and if you picked a bunch of strawberries, they would pay you, and I think I got $4 out of it, just picking strawberries in the rain. Not worth it, but I was excited. I got candy.
You really could pay kids. I mean, I think this is where, people had to step in, because I think you could pay kids really very, very little, and they're happy about it.
Oh, for sure.
And then somebody had to step in and go, yeah, we can't do this anymore. All right, Danny, worst job you've ever had in your life?
Retail.
Oh, that was my best.
No. You just angered BJ.
I know. It was great.
Boy, that's really because I loved retail.
No, retail was the worst. And it was like I would take a food service job any day of the like fast food any day of the week.
Why did you hate retail?
I hated folding shirts. It was the worst thing in the entire world where you had to, I mean, and especially because I worked at the mall and people would come in and they would look at the shirts. You would spend a good hour at the beginning of the day just perfecting the shirts. And then people would come in, they would move them all around. They can't fold them right. So then you go again, do it again. And then 15 other people. And it's like, why are we doing this? And I was like, I never, ever want to work in retail again, and never have.
And never folded a shirt ever since.
It's pretty true, actually.
I got around that, Danny, by becoming a supervisor and then making everybody else do all that stuff. Because I'm with you. I hated that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was the worst.
I hated that.
I will never work another retail job if I can avoid it. Like, I'd rather work food service. I'd rather do anything than work in a mall again.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Plus some of those damn meddling kids that walk around the mall.
Those damn kids
mess up the shirts.
They just cause trouble.
Yeah. They're not there to buy anything. They're just there to go in and
they just open up the shirt to look at it and just let it back down.
Legit had some kids run in with super soakers one time and they just sprayed all of our shirts with water.
Wow, really?
Ran out.
You should be able to chase them with a bat.
Unfortunately, we could not. It was store policy.
Oh, just chase them.
I would say for both of you guys, karma.
Oh, I know 100%.
Yeah,
I would have
total
done
karma
that,
for
but
both
I'm just
of you
saying
guys.
that, at the time, it was very annoying.
Yeah. Oh man, I loved retail, even though all that you said was there, Danny. But I love interacting with people. I just love it.
So my worst job was working at a moving company. That's a grind.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I mean, people hire people to move for them because they hate moving, and then that's your job. So
That's
you just
me,
yeah. Same, dude. I mean, once you stop doing it on your own, it's worth the money.
I never want to ask a person to help me out. And we have had some people, but it's like if it's any of the big stuff, I'll just hire someone. I don't want to move the bed, and I want someone insured who can pay for it if it does get busted.
You're at a certain age when you're willing to do that. That I think is a milestone in your life when you go, okay, I'm a little older now because
I respect my friends more now.
Yeah. Because it is. I am always amazed when someone says because Sarah just recently did it. I think I don't know when, but she said, "Yeah, I got to help somebody move," and I'm like, wow, okay, you're getting close where you won't be saying that anymore. You're still young enough where you are, but eventually people are going to go, no, I'm just going to hire somebody.
I'm still traumatized that when friends, coworkers, whoever will say, what are you doing this Friday? My first thought is these sons of bitches are going to try and get me to help them move.
Yep.
And then to oh no, I wanted you to help me with this cool thing that's going on, but I've already said no because I just assumed they wanted me to move.
I'm doing anything but moving your stuff is what I'm doing on Friday.
What are you up to this Friday? Yeah. Oh man, I got to watch Tatum and blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's too bad. I have this this concert, a private performance from Faith No More. It's just me and 5 other people. And I was like, damn
that's too bad, Steve. I was just giving away money this Friday, and I thought you'd be the first guy that won it.
Rev, do you have a job you hated?
The one day that I worked for a road flare factory. Not even kidding.
You know what? I will say this might be the first time I've heard this. I did not know you've ever done this.
When I moved to Wisconsin, I was looking for a job, it came in, and I worked for. I found just one of those people, those companies that just hire people for whatever job, and it was between that and a security guard job, and the road flare factory job paid $1 more. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm willing to try it. Went there, found out that I am very, very allergic to sulfur, which is the main ingredient in a road flare factory. So basically, in the 4 hours that I was working there, I had to go to the eye wash station. I don't know,
they have an eye wash station.
Yeah,
that tells you something.
And so it kept doing that. I couldn't open my eyes for 3 days afterwards. Had to go to the hospital, get checked out, and also all of those clothes I had to burn basically because the smell of sulfur was horrifying. I lost. I had boots. They were no good anymore because they were just covered with all that crap.
Did you give your notice when you quit this job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave the notice to the people and I sent them my hospital bill too.
You know what he said?
Did they pay it?
I don't know. I didn't.
I know exactly what Rev said, by the way.
I quit this bitch.
He said, I can't see working here.
Which is true. Yeah. Well, I didn't say that, but I couldn't see it.
Thank you. I think I broke Steve on that one. Yeah, you did. Yeah, Steve. You know what? It's not that he's laughing; he's just done.
Yeah,
he's like, why do I have to listen to this ridiculousness? Steve's just like, I can't. Why do I work with this? Is now his worst job.
I changed my answer.
There we go. All right, we have another question that has to be answered. Hopefully, it's an easier one. What do Ryan Castle and a scooter have in common? Oh, you know, I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a scooter have in common?
Oh, they're fun to ride until your friends find out.
That's a classic. I love it.
I have a scooter, man. I like riding it. It's fun. I don't care if my friends find out.
Someone said Miles and Ted like to ride both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And scooters.
I've ridden on the back of Miles before. Miles's scooter.
How fast can you go when you have two dudes?
On that one? On that one, like 20 downhill with a tailwind.
I was going to say.
Sad.
Yeah, that's going to be.
that had to slow that thing down quite a bit.
It was certainly not built for two grown men.
No, it's barely built for one grown man.
It's true.
We got a lovely story about a 39-year-old man in Florida. His name is Aaron. He was arrested on Sunday because, well, he was drunk driving a Walmart scooter down the aisles, running into shelves and displays and almost striking other customers with the scooter.
Oh, this man likes to party.
Yeah, he does. His mugshot is, wow. He kind of has a Guy Fieri look to him. Yeah, like Guy Fieri on a very bad day.
Right.
Yeah, police arrived.
Guy Fieri on a bender.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He couldn't stand on his own when the cops came and needed to be hauled out on a stretcher. That's how trashed he was. He did have a backpack with him. And, an open bottle of Smirnoff was in there. So how about the guy was having a vodka party? Oh, America. Right.
Guy Fieri on a bender is going to be my Halloween costume this year.
I love this. Ryan Castle, he's got a 12-pack of something, and that's next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
There was a couple that was spotted having sex at one of the locations from the TV show Game of Thrones.
It happened. Thrones, more like Game of Bones, huh, fella?
You got another one for you coming here, Steve.
What's that?
Because it happened at a place called King's Landing from the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't have a line for that? I thought for sure you'd be like, I'll land on my king.
No, that's inappropriate, man.
Oh, that's inappropriate. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Grow up.
Yeah, sorry, man.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.